Well, I probably blow out all their, I mean, I literally reset the browser. What is a
So Golden Orchard Assisted Living is where you sent Daphne?
Yeah, this is going back a ways. Because of the nature of her business, I wanted to really check out the facility. So I sent Daphne over there on a sneaky checkout, and she said it was unbelievable. She said the kitchen was spotless, the facility is spotless, the people there were just the nicest. You run a tight ship over there.
I work at it.
How many people are in most homes that you have? 4, 10?
There's 12 in that, in
12.
each one. We have 2 houses side by side there. One is secured. There's 12 people in each.
Is it mostly Alzheimer's, if I recall?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the owner?
One of them.
How long have you been doing this?
For 24 years.
And why did you do it? That's an odd business. Why did you get into it?
Our parents were saying they wouldn't go to a nursing home. My husband was a builder for 40-some years.
You guys built the home?
And so he designed the home, and I was the designer, and I did the interior. And we've run them ever since.
And then you got your folks into those, though?
My mother was the only one I finally got to have there. I had her there last year.
I love that backstory.
Last year?
The last year of her life.
Oh.
And she died at just about 95.
That is the coolest backstory ever, though.
How old? I mean,
But the rest of the family, by the time we got them billed, they were out.
How many do you have?
We have the 3. We have the 2 there and 1 in Wheatbridge that's 16 beds. So I have a total of 40 beds. I have a couple vacancies here and a couple vacancies in Wheatbridge. That's why we got in it.
That's a great backstory.
My husband did a great job on the building. She probably told you they're very pretty.
Your husband helped you run it?
which also links to referral lists, but Troubleshooter.com is now its own separate site. And of course, we invite you to join us anywhere you can. And KHOW Radio and KRDO Radio in Colorado Springs. And, you know, having been syndicated into KTRH in Houston, I've had a lot of friends in Houston over the years, and I broadcast there my show for many years. And I got to tell you, it is a city that pulls together when they have problems. And of course, it's not just Houston underwater, but parts of Texas. A lot of people are doing things for the survivors and for the victims of the floods. A lot of people from the Denver area want to do something. In fact, I heard Channel 9 was having a telethon for people who want to donate, and I think money is a good idea, but there are local people here in town doing things as well, and we'll talk to one of them who's sending a truck down or two. So I guess if you want to donate, we're going to show you or tell you where to drop off stuff, but I'm not sure what they need, and I'm not sure many times when people send things, a lot of it is stuff that people can't use. So I don't know exactly what people need. We're going to find that out. I imagine the people going and taking trucks probably have an idea of what you can donate. Meanwhile, if you know of any local efforts that are legit, give us a call. Meanwhile, beware of all of the phone calls you're getting and the email solicitations for victims. Unfortunately, during times like this, during tragedies and national emergencies, you find scumbags coming out of the woodwork to rip people off, to collect in their name. So beware. You got to check people out. The people we send you to will be legit. Channel 9's telethon is legit. And I don't know what their number is, but maybe we ought to get that number too, Suzanne, and plug that Channel 9 telethon. Okay? That would be good. 303-713-8255. Okay. Now, if you know of anyone with a local effort to help people in Texas, please let us know. Meanwhile, you can call with all of your problems, questions, and complaints. We're going to introduce our special guest today on Family Law, but first, Mark, Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. Why is this under your skin so much, other than they're just flat-out rip-offs?
I'll tell you why, because he came on the air with me and promised to overnight a check, and I spent 15 minutes negotiating this crap with this dirtbag on the air.
They built a food truck that will not pass neither DOT it won't pass food.
You can't sell food out of it. The health department won't pass it. You can't, and these guys now...
DOT.
Well, I don't know about them. I could care less. They can't sell food out of it. They can't use a food truck. They had to spend $10,000 elsewhere to get it, and they missed numerous things because of it, because of Rudy Martinez and the gang down at Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. And I got to tell you, these guys are scumbags, Tom, and they're liars, and the guy lied to me, so you ask why I bring it up every day, because the guy's a dirtbag.
I recommend that people stay away, based on our experience and our opinions, you stay away from Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment.
They sell used food equipment, and these trucks that they build, I found some pictures. What they do is they find old jalopies, if you will, and then try to turn them into food trucks. You know, it's actually, most of them look worse than I can't even tell you. Like an old Snap-on truck from like the 70s they tried to convert.
I wonder if anyone has ever had a food truck out of there that they like.
God, I'd love to hear of one.
Yeah. Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. In fact, if anyone's ever had a truck they like, we're fair here. We would give you a hearing. Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. They ripped off this restaurant owner or this truck owner. We believe they would rip off you. And so you should avoid them. Here's their phone number. You can tell them you heard about them. I don't care. 720-579-1699. They should not be in business. 720-579-1699. That's 720-579-1699. The Martino Marauders. That's the number. Now, let's talk about our guest today, Bonnie Shields from BonnieShieldsLaw.com. Also, on our referral list, referralist.com. I'll give out a number later. She's a divorce attorney, also does mediation. Are you doing more divorce or more mediation right now?
I'm doing more divorce now.
Okay. Mediation is a trend, though. Isn't it trending up?
It absolutely is a trend.
I think it's smart. Why would anyone not do mediation, in my opinion?
For the amount of money you invest in it, it is well worth it.
What does a typical mediation cost with both, combined, everything?
Everybody pays half, so somewhere between maybe $200 and $500 each could save you $10,000 or $20,000 in legal fees.
Come on, think about that. And when do people not do well in mediation? When do they not do well?
Sometimes if their attorneys are a little too firm in their opinion, or sometimes if they just come in not willing to negotiate at all, because everybody has to give.
Do you think attorneys turn up the heat? I've not known attorneys to do that. In fact, I will tell you the truth. Sometimes I want attorneys to do it, and they don't. I have found, maybe I've only found ethical attorneys who say, no, Tom, I don't think you should do that, or, you know, this won't be well. I mean, the ones I know, Mark, have you known attorneys who turn up the heat and try to get you pissed off and try to get you to spend more money? I don't know of any. I really don't.
No.
I mean, you hear about it, but I've never actually met one. Have you, Bonnie? Have you encountered attorneys like that?
I absolutely have, but it is not, it's the exception, it's not the rule.
Where they get their client all worked up to try to do more and more money.
That son of a gun, he cheated on you, I wouldn't put up with that.
No, or you can get more than this, or this is ridiculous, and we're going to sue the heck out of him. And
absolutely, I've seen it. It's just not the rule, but it is out there.
How often do they use the kids against each other? If there is kids, of course, but how often? Is that almost like every divorce, or would you say most people try to do the best they can not to turn the kid on the other.
If it's really contentious, they use the kid a lot.
Now, it's called parental alienation, and the courts hate it. They will penalize you. They do not like it. They will take custody away for parental alienation if you try to alienate a child against a parent.
I've seen courts do a flip-flop where one parent has the children most of the time. It was proven that they were turning that child against the other parent, and there was a flip-flop, and they didn't get to see their kid very much. So you're right, Tom. They punish you for that.
303-713-TALK. If you have any questions on divorce, separation, custody, what people call alimony, which is actually maintenance, I guess it doesn't matter. Give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
That woman sitting next to you is a saint.
Yeah, we also have someone just sitting in on the show from our referral list from Golden Orchard Assisted Living. 24 years ago, she started this with her husband. Her husband, they were looking for a place for their parents, and their parents lived into the 90s. Anyway, Farrell is an old English name, by the way, Farrell. They didn't name her after a wild cat or, stray cat. It's Farrell Johnston. She and her husband built these, and she did the design. He did the building. And we sent Deputy Daff to secret shop them.
Yeah, before we put him on the referral list, this is going back years, but I got to tell you, Daphne came back and said she'd go there, she'd send her parents there. She said it was the cleanest facility, the most well-run facility she's ever seen as far as homes like this, and they cater mostly to Alzheimer's. I mean, that's a big deal.
Now, they have 40 beds, and they have a few vacancies, but is it only for senility or for Alzheimer's, or can anyone go in there? Or is it mainly for that special need?
It's mainly for the special need, but
okay,
we do
good.
have some that go in.
Okay.
And we can take care
but
of them.
But it's nice to know. It's nice to know it's for those special needs. And Farrell, 24 years ago you started this, and you kept with it. When are you going to retire?
I don't know. I still like to work.
Now, you're catering to people that have very special needs. This is incredible. It makes it extra difficult. So that staff's got to be extra vigilant. You have people wanting to wander off, right?
Yeah, we have alarms on the door, and we have one of its facilities is secured, which the doors are locked.
Now, do you have memory work you do with people, or do you do any therapies with people?
Well, therapists come in if they need therapy. Their doctor sends therapists in, but we work with them just regular every day.
Did your parents have Alzheimer's?
No.
Okay. That just had a place in your heart?
Yes.
That type of disability?
Well, it just kind of went into that slowly.
Okay.
It's got a lot more that it want that now.
If you have a loved one, if you're listening and have an elderly loved one, a friend, a neighbor, a relative, and you have questions about assisted living, give us a call. Now, there are different kinds of assisted living. I mean, my mom had an assisted living where she basically had, I actually helped develop this place, and my mom lived there, and I did the same thing you did. I kind of got the ball rolling. It was a project that went defunct, and I started writing about it as in my newspaper days, and then I got committees together and we got it resurrected. Well, in any case, my mom had her own apartment, complete apartment, but they had common hallways like a hotel. Mm-hmm. But you would walk into little apartments, but they were not quite big apartments. They were like a hotel suite kind of, but a little kitchenette. Anyway, but they called it assisted living because you could call someone to come into your apartment to help you, and they had staff. They had people on staff. Yours is more of a bed and breakfast type. I mean, not a bed. You know what I mean? They all have their own bedroom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bed and bath. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, give us a call. I think assisted living is the way to go. I mean, old-fashioned nursing homes, and some of them really try to do a good job. Old-fashioned nursing homes, except for the very critically needy, I think they're trending down, don't you?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So any questions you have, give us a call. We have a lot to talk about today. Truly, we do. Betty, you have something to say about Bonnie Shields. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Betty, you have something for Bonnie Shields.
Yes, I do. I want to give Bonnie Shields all the kudos in the world, because we had a very complicated case with my brother that has dementia, and she fought and everything, and his ex-wife tried to take his house away, and Bonnie got it back for us.
Wow.
So he's now in his house.
That's
He's
pretty
very happy.
serious, actually.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was huge because it was kind of complicated.
Did
You
it
can talk to
start?
her
Did
off
it
air
start
about
with a
if you
call
want.
on? Did it start with a call on this show, or did you just go straight to her?
It started because I heard her name on your show.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I got. I think maybe I'm hazy, but I thought I remember hearing from someone who told me about a house being stolen. But
that was me. That was probably me.
You did call.
But, I did.
Yep, I remember the case, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Because I was so happy because his ex, the biatch that she's now in North Carolina, thank God. And so all is well.
Did she say biatch? Did she say that?
No. How much was the value? How much money were we talking she was trying to steal?
Bottom line, yeah. How much was that?
Oh, I really don't know. His house is probably it was built in 1884, so it's a real old house.
But it was his house, and that's what's important.
It was completely remodeled by him, too.
Okay.
It was remodeled. It's beautiful inside, and he has a garage full of tools because he used to be a carpenter, but he no longer can do math and stuff.
Betty, so, we appreciate you calling in.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Thank you for calling in and letting us know.
Thank you, Betty.
John from Endeavor called. Said the Jefferson County Republican Party is trying to gather stuff with Houston, and they need a truck.
Well, we have a truck. Hey, Shar, how much you can take?
That might work out wonderful.
What's your standard fee? You call that a truck?
That is my truck.
Maybe we can get a Denver food truck, custom food truck to do that.
Let's get a Denver custom food truck.
Throw the food.
You need your.
Get down there.
Let me know if you need anything.
Oh, it's a pulled pork sandwiches for those people.
There you go.
Actually, that's probably not a bad idea.
Sunny today, later on with a high of 89.
You think you're charge them because they're hungry?
With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner.
$20 sandwich.
Even for a refugee forced to flee, a family on the ground, and millions more facing poverty, conflict, and disaster in over 40 countries. Be there, even if
That camera can't see what I'm reading.
No, it's right there. Now, this one right back, if you put it up like this, we probably can.
Yeah.
No.
We can zoom in.
You have to have damn good eyes.
We can zoom in.
I'd have to have you killed.
Uh-oh. I don't want to get killed. We already got some trucks.
on Colfax, just west of Wadsworth, and in Aurora on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. The repair shop I know and trust.
She's not named after a cat. I did wonder, too. I'm like, boy, that's an odd name, Farrell. What was your mom's name?
Ophelia.
My grandmother.
The Greek names of Ophelia from the Greek tragedy?
My grandmother's name was Hortense. She said that was the worst thing her mom ever did to her was name her Hortense.
My name is F-E-R-O-L, and it's not F-E-R-A-L.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've kind of enjoyed it. It's been different.
Yeah.
People either remember it or they don't.
Well, they thought you were a wild back then.
He was saying that, Farrell.
You're an untamed, you're untamable.
My husband would probably say that.
Exciting developments in modern medicine involves regenerative therapy with stem cells. What's exciting about it? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and how about the possibility of getting a nearly painless injection in your knee or hip or shoulder instead of getting it replaced with a mechanical joint that will never work as well as your own body properly restored can. Downtowns Healthcare are nationwide leaders in regenerative therapy, which is why I'm doing it myself. Learn more at downtownshealthcare.com. That's downtownshealthcare.com.
Looking for something to do Labor Day weekend? It may be the end of summer, but Rocky...
Yeah, Bonnie, look, it's just the top of your computer.
I wasn't sure where I could pick my nose and my
Fannie.
That's what, when you talk is when I click on that one, so...
Fannie Mae and Freddie
I don't
Mac.
even see your head.
They're going to offer forbearance for 90 days for people whose homes was flooded. Oh, how nice of them.
That's nice. That is nice. It's all about you event. Will you receive $300 now?
Steve, the intern, wants me to talk. Deputy Steve has a question.
Opportunity for $1,000 cash.
Cool.
3 days in
I would like to get him on the air, but...
55 days flat fee. Call 720.
What is the question?
I don't know, but it's something about business insurance.
Stop.
Hey, Steve does not, Deputy Steve doesn't want to come on the air.
Or to do that home upgrade, you put off the solo.
He said it was complicated, but I love talking on the air about stuff. I'd love to have him on. We'll get him on anytime he wants. Then try to get Char on about her truck when you can. Maybe next hour or this hour, I don't care, whatever.
Come out.
But line her up.
It's all about you event. $300 now and the opportunity for another $1,000. Call for details. Time is running out. 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191. Regulated by DORA. Equal credit lender.
80% of Fortune 500 companies lease their vehicles because that's the smart.
Mark, if I do a video about referral list, a little short little thing, you can get that pushed out too, right?
Yeah, I want to sit down at the whiteboard and plan how we want to do this digital. So, because once again, there's two sides to it. I want to redo that.
I want both.
I want to redo the one video where they the company fills in the information. I want you to redo that, but we got to talk about what we want to convey. And then we've got to figure out the consumer side.
So, you talk to Levita?
Yeah, she's ready to go. She can only do 2:30 to 4:30. But I think she can, as long as she's got a laptop and we get it set up right, she can do it from anywhere, so I don't care when she does it. She can do it at home because we're going to pay her per grab.
I'm Tom Martino, our special guest today, Bonnie Shields from BonnieShieldsLaw.com, about family law. And then Farrell Johnson is sitting in. They're on our referral list, Golden Orchard Assisted Living. We love having a variety of people on our referral list, and I urge you to check the referral list. It's really important to us. Tim, what's going on with you, Tim?
So I live down in the Springs, and I am putting a quiet, cool, energy-efficient whole home fan in my house.
Yeah.
So I needed some additional venting put into my attic. And I called Handyman Matters. I always use a referral list when I can.
Thank you, Tim.
I called them, and God, they're quick, they're efficient, and they're very, very, very reasonably priced. And they did a great job. They didn't try to gouge me for hours. Pleasant, polite. I mean, even to the point where the guy had been on a job the day before mine, and his shoes that he needed to be up in the attic with had got all mucky with whatever material. He took them off outside, would not wear them through the house, put them back on in the attic. Every time he walked through the house, and it must have been 15 times, he would take his boots off.
Wow.
I mean, these guys are really, really great.
Tim, I've used them too. Thank you, because you confirm what I know. I bought a place, and I needed light fixtures, and they did those. They did a ceiling fan, and they also did a giant mirror, and that was really hard with the Z brackets, and it was perfect. So those are the kinds of things, you wonder, who do I call? And then I always think Handyman Matters. And we've had them on our list for a long time. Glenn and his wife and the whole team, they do a great job. Right? Okay. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. What's happening in your life? Let's talk. Courtney, what's going on? Courtney.
Oh, hello.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hi. So I've basically spent the last 5 months trying to get Spirit Airlines to cover a hotel stay and like an Uber ride that they forced me to take when they left me stranded in Chicago. And they initially said they would cover it, just send us the receipts, it should be solved in 30 days. And here I am 5 months later, and I feel like they're just trying to basically like make me like give up and not get the money back because and then they canceled. They said that they wouldn't cover the warranty, or not the warranty, but the hotel. And
wait. But the reason for the delay was them?
Yeah, because they had a strike that day with their airline, like pilots or something.
But it wasn't. Was it them specifically? Was it their airline specifically, or was it something with the system?
No, it was their airline specifically.
And they won't cover your out-of-pocket expenses.
No, and I even tried to get them to cover more at first because I missed a day of work because of it and stuff. But
there's
Courtney,
there's a limit to what they can cover. But
no, and I get
that. Did they get you another flight?
Did
they do anything for you? Did they do
They got me
anything?
another flight the next day, but they didn't even offer like anything up front. So I had to go complain to them to get them to.
So far you've
try
got
and cover the
nothing
hotel.
extra so far.
Literally, they gave me a $50 voucher back to Spirit, which I will never use. So
They're truly, they call themselves an ultra low-cost airline.
Do other airlines pay for hotels?
It depends. You basically brought up the exact question. I mean, if it's weather-related, of course not. If it's anything like that, no. I don't know. Judging on what she said, it sounds like they should.
But I don't know if they
had
do.
a strike
I don't know what
they didn't have enough staff.
But I don't know what the trend is. I don't know what the tradition.
And I was confused because everyone on the
What is the
flight that we
rule?
took back to
Yeah.
Denver told us that Spirit offered to cover their hotel and like cab ride that night, and they didn't even offer to us. So we had to go back to them.
Wait.
And
Why did they offer some and not others?
I think it's because they had a fit at the get-go, and I was ready to get home. You know, I wasn't ready to like be in a fit at the airport, but now I.
So you think you didn't make enough?
That,
You think you didn't make enough noise?
Well, like maybe up front, but I've like because everyone else got offered help and I didn't.
Suzanne.
So that's why I was so thrown off.
Let's see if we can give them a call, either you or give it to someone to. Let's just at least call. This is why I'm saying we should call, because if what she's saying is true, they offered some people hotels but not others. That doesn't seem fair to me. That's the part that has me questioning if they offered one and not the other. So let's call them and see what they have to say. Mike, welcome. What's happening? Mike.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hi. As far as sending money for relief efforts, such as Houston or even our local...
You want to know where to do it. You want to know where to do it right?
No, I want to tell you what I think where you should send your money. And I was involved in
Well, where do you think they should send the money?
The Salvation Army.
Okay, well, you know what? I will tell you this. The Salvation Army is a for-real organization, and they practice what they preach. They're down and dirty. They get into the areas where people need help, and that's not a bad idea. You know what? That's a great idea, Mike. In the interest of time, I can't elaborate with you, but thank you for suggesting that. Suzanne.
Tom, also donating blood.
Really?
Yes. Every time there's a natural disaster, there's a shortage for blood.
Are
so
you
donate.
sure
Yeah,
for
that's
this?
what I've been reading.
Now, Channel 9 has a telethon if you go to their website and click on that. Now, I don't know if all the stations are doing them. I know Channel 9 is. They're out front with it. It says donate now. So if you go to 9news.com, and then we have some friends that are going down with trucks, and we'll be talking to them. So let's publicize all of the legit places, okay? If you know of any, let us know. 303-713-TALK. Lou?
Yes.
What's happening?
Lou on the line.
What's going on, Lou, on the line?
I've had a problem with Comcast for about the last 5 weeks. I use Microsoft Outlook, and it's a email software that interfaces with Comcast email server.
Now, do you have to use Microsoft Outlook with Comcast?
No, I don't have to. I can use anything I want.
Okay, so you happen to use Outlook, and then you have to program Outlook to go in and grab the email from Comcast, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Well, I've had a problem about 5 weeks ago. It went down 5 weeks ago last Monday.
What went down, Lou? When you say it went down, what went down?
My Outlook could not correspond with the Comcast email server.
Okay, do you think it's a setting?
Or receive emails.
That's usually POP settings or IMAP settings
yes, sir, it is.
Within Microsoft.
And we have worked that issue. I've called Microsoft. They've reached out, wants to reach out to Comcast. Comcast doesn't want to contact Microsoft
but here,
it.
Lou, what changed? I mean, what would have changed that would cause those settings to change?
You tell me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, here's what changed. Okay, if an IP changed or something changed, or their server address, you know, like it's. I don't want to get into the technicalities, but when you have two kinds. You have the kind that interfaces live, and then you have the kind that goes in and grabs and downloads to your computer. What is a Mark? I don't know the different names, but one is a POP server and one is an IMAP.
SMTP. Well, and there's IMAP.
Well, one goes in and grabs the mail and puts it on your computer.
SMTP.
The other just interfaces.
I was typing. What is his question? I totally missed it.
His Microsoft Outlook is not interfacing with Comcast. Here's the deal. Is it a Microsoft problem or is it a Comcast problem?
It's probably a setting in Outlook.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, because, I don't think Comcast did anything. They simply have their email and their broadband, and you have to configure your Microsoft.
What's the error you get?
Like, can you go online to your Comcast account and get your email?
Through Comcast, I can get my email, but I cannot go in through Microsoft Outlook.
You just got to set it up right. I mean, that's all there is to it.
That's what he's saying. He's having a problem. Hold on a second. Just hold on, Lou, okay? He's saying he went through Comcast, he went through Microsoft, and Comcast won't cooperate. So, Lou, exactly what do you need Comcast to do?
I went through Microsoft. Microsoft worked with me. I've been on the phone to both corporations.
Can you answer me this, though? I understand you're frustrated, but what do you want Comcast to do? Just tell me. What do you want them to do?
I would like them to resolve the problem.
They can't necessarily if it's not their problem.
That's not necessarily true, sir.
Okay, Lou, I'm going to tell you something. By contract, okay, I want to help you, but you have to know something. By contract, the only thing Comcast has to do is provide you with email, and they do. You can go on and get your email. They do not guarantee that it interfaces with any third-party server. Now, they should help you, yes, but maybe it's not their problem. If your email inbox is working, then you have to grab that setting and put it in Microsoft Outlook. We'll come back and discuss it more, but I don't know what we can say. I mean, is it Comcast's problem or not? We don't know. You think you know, and they don't have to set it up. That's not what they do.
It's upset. But the thing is it's not his problem. I mean, if he has email, how can it be their problem? It can't be. I have never known, have you ever known a broadband server to set up your IMAP? Have you ever known one to do that for you?
We used to.
Well,
but I don't know. East Central did. The smaller companies would help you set it up. I don't know how.
Years ago, Mark, nobody does that now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But all you got to do is Google Comcast Outlook settings. I'd be curious what version he's using. If he's using a real old version.
Okay, the Springs is someone else, but is Glenn still here?
Yes, but North isn't either, and the problem is I had a big complaint on North.
Okay.
Here's what's killing me, and I'm emailing Glenn right now. In fact, I'm enclosing that last call so he can hear it and send it to the new owners. But here's what gets me. We advertise one phone number for them. When they call that one phone number, then they put in their zip code, and then it routes it to the Springs, or it routes it
even though they're not on our list.
Yeah, correct. So what's happening, though, is people go to the list, and if they have an issue, it's never with Glenn. It's always with something he has no control over.
Then we should mention it.
Well, I'm sending that to Glenn right now to try to figure out how we fix this. Maybe now we just give out his direct number.
Right.
Because he does a great job, but that doesn't mean the new owner in the Springs does anything right. And they just bought it. And they didn't want to sign the code of ethics, so I mean, I don't know what to say.
2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
Do you guys allow animals? I wanted to ask you that.
If they have a private room and a small animal.
Like a little dog's fine, as long as they... That's unheard of, generally,
as
right?
As long as they can take care of it.
As long as they can take care of it, that's good. That's good.
So Great Danes, no. Taco dogs, yes.
Yippers, no. It really is. It really is.
Did you know a service animal, there's two different kinds. There's a dog. Do you know what the other one is? A troop, a pony. A pony.
A pony. Oh, really?
What are you
I
talking
see
about?
lots of dogs. I've never
I'm not
seen a
kidding. I kid you not.
Pardon me, Tom. Shar wanted Ross to
What?
line
My
one.
son went to this private school in high school.
This is near and dear to Ross's
There were
heart.
problem
He has
kids there,
family down
delinquents, and there were also
and
kids with,
friends,
like,
and they
this
also
is
have a
like my son had
location down
anxiety,
there.
really, really,
So
really
he's
bad.
going to come on to
So there was a kid there with a service dog that was an anxiety dog.
So she designated him to do it.
Yes.
He told me recently, I didn't even
the
know
North
this.
Crew,
There were
she's
3
the
girls that
South
came
Crew.
up with this thing. They brought their hamsters. They called them, they were their, like anxiety hamsters. And he said they had little teeny cages, and they carry them around, and so the other kids started referring to them as the hamster girls.
I've never heard of that though. An anxiety hamster.
They freaking made it up. So, so they could bring their hamsters to school, and he told me that they were being made fun of so much that they got threatened. Anybody that called them the hamster girls anymore would get expelled. I remember him every
What a
time he got
story.
the hamster girls.
It
It was a liberal school.
Yeah, school get involved in stuff they shouldn't get involved in.
I mean, the lab was great. And he truly was for anxiety, but the hamsters, that's pretty funny.
The whole service dog thing is a big, for the most part, it's a big scam.
It is so
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Not,
absolutely.
It's a
I'll
beautiful.
bet you 50% out there are not.
You're talking about the emotional support dogs, not the true service dogs for the people in the wheelchairs and stuff. They go grab
No,
stuff.
I'm saying to get a service dog license or ticket,
But
whatever.
they're different. Emotional support. See, people are they're using emotional support dogs and calling them service dogs. A true service dog goes and does things, turns the lights on, and does what Mike or seeing eye dog. But these things with these emotional support now that's totally abuse. Anybody can get that. Say, oh, I need it. I have PTSD.
You're right.
And then the law says you can't ask about it. Well, if you can't ask about it, how do you know they're pulling a scam? You know how many people bring dogs everywhere now, and all they do is put a red jacket on them.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying. That's the scam. They made an actual thing to.
But the emotional support is not covered by the law, technically. If you look it up. I remember we had this discussion on the show one time. I think that if you look at a true service dog, it doesn't include, and now it might now, who knows, but I thought the same thing, man. It used to be you can't take your dog anywhere. Now they can't tell you. Are you going to sue them?
Yeah. And I feel sorry for people that are allergic, because they're everywhere. Even in restaurants. I feel sorry for them.
Can't they say it with a food served? Maybe not. They probably can't say anything. Just wait for one gets bit. I mean, it's bit. I'm serious. They say, well, it's a service dog. Okay, we can't sue you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome. Hey, our special guest today, Bonnie Shields, Law. We also have Farrell Johnson with us from Golden Orchard Assisted Living. If you have questions on any front, give us a call. We do have some email questions we'll get to. But right now, hey, listen, he hung up. I didn't want him to hang up. This guy with Comcast and Outlook.
You're a bully.
Oh, stop. Here's what I was trying to say. When you have email service, that's all that they offer you. You have email service. You can go on their server and get your email. To get it on your computer when you're not online, that's a POP. Is it called POP or IMAP? Whatever the name is. One service goes out and retrieves your mail and dumps it onto your email program, like Outlook or whatever. And then whether you're on or offline, you can read your email and respond. The next time you go on, it will send your mail and it will do other things. Then there's another kind of service that uses that familiar interface, like Outlook, and it will work live. It doesn't download, it just works live. And then, of course, there's the service where you go directly to the server and you don't use an interface like Outlook. Now, a lot of people like their own interface. At the Troubleshooter Network, we just use the Gmail application. We don't have an intermediary
I use one.
Oh, you on your computer?
On my
phone.
phone.
What do you use?
I forget the name of it, but it's
mine.
like Blue Mail or something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So it goes and downloads your email.
Well, it's SMT. It's IMAP. It works just like Google.
You have to set up the servers.
Most of the new ones, including Outlook, and we didn't get a chance to ask this guy, but if he's got a brand new version, I mean, it should do everything for Comcast.
Automatically.
I'm guessing he's using some old school
But
whatever.
he thinks it's Comcast's problem. Again, sir, we were going to call them and try to help you. I just wanted to say that technically,
but even if
they have fulfilled their contract with you.
Even if it was a Comcast problem, they don't have to fix it.
No.
They don't have to interface with every software out there.
Define a Comcast problem. Define what would happen. There would be nothing in Comcast that would prevent it.
Microsoft does not allow, I don't know, Comcast does not allow that IP address because it spams people or something. I mean, but it still doesn't matter. They don't have to guarantee an interface with every software program.
Because there's a difference between email and an email interface. Now, I want to talk to Ross Cravens with Garage Force. Now, I happen to know Garage Force because I was looking, and I had no one on my referral list, no one that could do floors. And I wanted an epoxy floor done. And it's not epoxy, whatever they call it. It's not epoxy anymore, but it's better. And I had Garage Force South do it. He's with Garage Force North, I think. But anyway, I got to know these people, fine people. And they said they're doing something for Houston. So I want to talk to Ross and find out what they're doing, because what we're doing is we're trying to publicize the legit efforts going on, one of them being 9 News having a telethon, if you go to 9news.com. And then you, Ross, what are you doing at Garage Force?
Yeah, Tom, first off, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me this morning. What we're trying to do is do a mad dash scramble to round up goods to take down to all the people that are without right now. I grew up in Central Texas and have seen the aftermath of these storms, and there's millions of people that have just lost everything and don't have the bare necessities that we don't think about on a day-to-day basis, like soap and shampoo and a fresh towel to get clean and that sort of thing. So, you know, the Red Cross and some of the other organizations do a good job about making sure that, you know, they're rushing in water and food and all that stuff, and you know, simple hygiene items sometimes get forgot about.
Okay, so have you narrowed your focus then, and can you tell us how we can help? What are you doing?
Yes, sir. We're trying to get as many soaps and shampoo and just general toiletries donated between now and Thursday evening.
Okay.
Friday morning.
All right, soaps, shampoos, toiletries. How about towels?
Yes, sir. Towels, blankets, things for the little ones, baby wipes, diapers, dry formula.
Baby wipes, diapers. Okay, and you're taking what, a van or a truck?
I'm taking a truck pulling our enclosed trailer, hopefully packed full to the brim with these things.
Okay, and where will you be collecting?
We have 2 different sites as of right now. One is on the south side, the UPS store in Parker, which the address is 10940 South Parker Road.
Okay.
And the second is over on the north side of town in Louisville at the Dova Center.
What is Dova Center? What's the Dova Center?
Is
it a shopping center?
No, sir. I actually do not know what
okay.
to provide there. Somebody that reached out to us last night said they have a storefront and would collect donations for
Okay,
us.
What's the address at the Dova Center in Louisville?
It's 972 West Dillon Road.
Okay. And they can drop off soap, shampoos, toiletries, blankets, baby wipes, diapers, anything to do with toiletries and things kids can use. Toothpaste, of course.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're going to leave Friday morning, so it needs to be done by Thursday evening.
Yes, sir.
What time Thursday evening, do you know?
I would say 7 o'clock would probably be a pretty good cutoff time, and our plan is Friday morning to get everything centralized so we can get our truck and trailer packed. And
okay,
till
Thursday, 7 p.m., and then you're going to pull out Friday, and this is Garage Force, and You know people down there. You grew up there.
Yes, sir. Actually, what kind of started this was some of my good friends from high school yesterday morning. They loaded up their trucks with their fishing boats and life jackets and water and all kinds of supplies and went out and drove around the streets of Houston in their fishing boats and were getting people off of roofs and
That's
out of the
crazy.
house and taking them to dry land. And,
Oh my goodness, how unbelievable, you know.
and there are thousands of people that are down there doing that right now trying to help out. So being so far away, I was trying to think of a way that I could chip in and figured this was the best way we could help out the cause.
Thank you. That's Ross Craven's Garage Force, and they are collecting, and we'll be talking about this. And Ross, if you'd like to call in again tomorrow, Suzanne can give you a number, and Mark can remind everyone. We have, okay, so we have soap, shampoos, toothpaste, toiletries, blankets, baby wipes, diapers.
I think the diapers are huge.
Yes.
That was good thinking.
Now, the UPS store in Parker, okay, I imagine there's only one, but it's 10940 South Parker Road. I'm trying to picture that, Suzanne. Where is that?
It's right behind the McDonald's there at Parker in Maine.
Parker, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's in that same parking lot.
Isn't there a Hobby Lobby there or something?
Used to be. It might be a Goodwill or something.
Okay,
Mark.
whatever. The UPS store at Parker in Maine, in Parker, and then in Louisville, the Dova Center, 972 West Dillon Road. Man, that Parker might be hard for people in the metro area to get to, though, don't you think? I wish we could maybe get another, maybe tomorrow if we can collect some stuff, if we're, find out, and then we'll ask permission here. Well, I don't want to do anything yet, but maybe if Ross could have a truck here, and we could have some listeners come by during the show tomorrow, Mark, would you do
Maybe
that?
during Ross's show, too.
But let's find out first if Ross can do that, and then let's find out from our boss. If
Maybe Brown's people, too, maybe.
Yeah, well, let's find out if we can get somebody to, if we can get permission to have them park here and collect stuff tomorrow morning. But let's hold off on that. But so far, 2 locations, UPS store in Parker and then in Louisville at the Dova Center. And let's talk about anything that you know about to help people, okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
There's a mic on. Whose mic is on?
What's mine?
Let's start off with the... How was that? Why was that?
Because the Dova Center Health and Healing, I was going to say that's...
Oh, okay, it's Dova Center Health and Healing?
Yeah.
Okay. Dova Center Health and Healing.
This is going to hurt the mortgage industry massively. This could be the beginning of the meltdown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know how many people are going to walk away? 85% didn't have insurance, man. Homeowners, I'm not talking people there. 85% of homeowners aren't covered.
It is so sad.
So they walk.
Well, what happened up here? I'll bet you 0% had the flood, you know, the canyon flood. What happened to all of them?
I don't know.
But now, granted, it wasn't the mass number of people. It wasn't that many people.
Yeah, they lost their shit, man. I mean,
but here it's just such a huge amount.
cars. If you have full coverage on a car, that'll always just. They don't exclude flooding, do they?
No.
Yeah. Good.
That's good. Car insurance doesn't have exclusions like that, except for some of them have
that's
international. Some have restrictions if you go to Mexico.
All of them do.
So they don't even.
Mexico.
So they don't even have to have collision as long as they have comprehensive.
Right.
They should take care of.
Right.
Yeah. Which almost most people do.
Most people have comp. You're right.
Yeah.
Except really old cars, they don't.
Yeah.
Shar said she could bring a truck here tomorrow. So who do I get permission from?
Well, I don't know. Let's talk to our promo girl, whoever that is. I want to see. So and
I'm sure Brown helped.
Who?
Brown, because they were interviewing him, you know, just because of the disaster. And
they did.
Yeah.
Who interviews?
Oh, he said he was in up till 4:30 in the morning the other day.
I saw him
But
on
do I
CNN.
have to have permission for these folks to show up?
They weren't chiding him about it?
No, I think they were.
Tom, do I have to get permission before I tell Shar?
Yes, of course we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe call Corey first and tell Corey what we're trying to achieve.
Okay.
Ask Corey who we call.
Yeah. I see Corey walking
So
out there,
they were
shooing
actually,
them off.
they were using him as a...
He said they woke him up at 4:30 in the morning, and
when you talked to him?
No, on a show he said that. Before he saw on the show. And then he had to go downtown right after the show to get another interview.
He's got to listen to be able to instigate.
No, but why though? I don't understand why.
Well, because he was another big
Because he was the main FEMA guy.
Director in treatment. So just to say, hey, you know, how do you think it's going? I'm sure, you know.
Did he say Trump was doing good?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Trump, he goes there, and what did he talks about how big the crowds are to come out to see him.
You watch too much CNN, man. He has handled this better than any president has ever handled.
I heard he did a terrible job. CNN said all he talked about was how big the crowd was.
And they also talked about how his wife wore shoes.
His wife had spike heels. That's to keep her heels out of the water.
Did you hear the one, though, the one screaming at the CNN reporter? It's a great interview.
Oh, the black lady and stuff says, why do you get us on our lowest point?
Just ripped into CNN. And then Fox, of course, Fox was playing the interview everywhere.
Well,
so, how is everything going? How do you feel right now? Do you think President Trump's doing a good job?
Governor said he was doing good.
Everybody says he's doing great.
So
they said it's huge. It's spectacular.
It's big league.
It's big league. He said they're going to build a big wall, so this will never happen again. A storm wall of epic proportion. We don't need levees. We need walls. Big walls. And you know who's going to pay for it? Texans. No, Mexico.
Houston.
The ocean's going to pay for that wall.
Did who interviewed him? I wonder if his favorite CNN guy interviewed him.
Oh, I guarantee, no way. Are you kidding? No way.
What's his name?
Man.
Who gave him?
The gay guy.
Cooper?
Cooper, Anderson Cooper. You know whose kid he is?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah. He doesn't like bringing that up. You know his old lady left him nothing, he says. Nothing. Well, she's not dead yet, but there's no... That's what he says all the time. I'm thinking, well, where does it go? Right?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bonnie Shields is with us, and we're talking about family law. If you have any questions, Bonnie, somebody has a question, and it's a coincidence because I had a similar question once before. It's about a parenting plan, not a divorce agreement, but the parenting plan. When children turn 18 and the parenting plan says that they visit 50-50, can that child now, after turning 18, even though he's getting support till he's 19, can that child refuse to go with mommy or daddy because he is now 18 or she is now 18?
Absolutely. The court can't enforce it at that point.
But the father still has to pay, or the mother still has to pay?
Yes, till 19 or when they're emancipated if it's sooner than that.
I didn't think they could emancipate in this state. Like if you're 16, can you get emancipated or no?
I sure thought you could. And also you're deemed emancipated if you join the military or you get married.
We were emancipated in New York, right? You were. I was. Remember? You were, right? Or were you officially emancipated?
I don't think I was officially emancipated.
I was officially.
I was just officially picking my stuff up in the front porch and leaving.
When they kicked you out.
That's right.
I didn't get kicked out. It was mutual, but I was emancipated, literally. And I remember it. I was able to sign on things. It was incredible. So, but I've never heard about emancipation since then. Okay, so parenting plans, as far as visitation goes, that ends. But divorce decrees are separate from parenting plans, obviously. And mediation. Is mediation for both parenting and separation?
Sure, it does. Those, all kinds of little things can be settled in mediation, things you can't even talk about in court. Just little nitpicky things, or things you might think are nitpicky, you can get resolved
like
in mediation. Pets. Well, I've had pets actually go to court.
Custody battles go to court?
I have one. Pets? I have one right now. We just resolved it in mediation.
Can you
but
say
it would have gone to court?
Well, we don't know names, so can you say how it was resolved?
They cut the pet in half.
No,
it was 2 dogs, and believe it or not, they came to an agreement to a visitation plan. They will each have the dogs 2 weeks and then 2 weeks.
My God, visitation.
The problem is you have to keep seeing that other person.
So, now, Suzanne, if we get divorced, do you want the dogs and cats, or how's that going to work?
Real funny, Mark.
Frank. Frank.
Yes.
Hey, man. Listen. You called in before, didn't you?
Yes, I called last week.
Now, somebody, after you called, said I was wrong, and it's illegal. I just talked to someone this morning that's doing it. This morning. They lease their license out, their master license, to 2 different companies, and they get paid. And I don't know of any laws that say you can't do it and have to be an employee. I don't know of any law. I've researched it. I cannot find a law. Now, Frank, you're a master plumber, and you want to know if you can lease out your master plumber's license. Well, technically, you don't lease out your license. What you do is you hang your license with a company, and they use your master license, and then you're responsible for everything under you. And that's the way it works. Whether you have to own that company or be an employee, I can't find a law. Now, the reason I specify law, there might be some regulation somewhere with DORA or with the licensing people.
Or in a particular municipality, maybe.
Howie Metz is the one that told me. Howie from Dunn. Quality First.
Well, we know some people that do this, so I don't know why it would be illegal.
And Howie's a pretty straightforward guy with Quality First Plumbing. He's a great guy. But he was insistent, no, Tom, they can't do it. And, Frank, I think what we ought to do is just talk to people and see. I think the state would tell you, well, no, but I want to know why. I mean, technically, if you're a master plumber and you're willing to take responsibility, it's just like being a real estate broker. I mean, people can hang their licenses with you, and you can use your broker's license in a number of different ways.
Why would it be a problem? Because you're ultimately taking responsibility.
We're going to find out, and we'll talk about this and more coming up. And if you have any questions on assisted living, of course, we do have Golden Orchard Assisted Living here. And then, of course, more questions with Bonnie Shields coming up on family law. All of that on the Troubleshooter Show.
Look at this. There's a new storm that could possibly hit there. Actually, this one looks, God, they don't know which way it's going to go. Can you imagine if another one came right over? It's Irma. How do they name them? Do you guys know?
No, I don't actually.
Why is this one Irma and the last one was Harvey?
I don't know.
Do they alternate?
Where the list come from?
A, B, C, D,
Find
E,
out.
F, G.
Find out where the list comes from. I don't even know.
No, but they just
Harvey,
make it up.
H-I.
Right.
So the next one will be...
And it goes, it used to be all women's names.
So the next one will be Jasper or something.
But now they go man, woman, man, woman, man, woman.
What happens if the storm
What about
transgender?
How are they going to use Pat?
Pat? I don't know.
Or Corey.
Patty or...
Remember Saturday Night Live, the Pat?
Totally remember Pat.
And you can't remember. I'd always look, God, is that a man or a woman? Pat. Just Pat, or something like that.
It still happens to me sometimes. Probably really doesn't matter, but you just kind of wonder.
I literally went to the phones before and convinced it's a man and it's been a woman. Hello, my name's Sally. So have another cigarette, Sally.
Mark, where are you from originally?
I was born in Schenectady, New York. Mostly, I grew up mostly on Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. It's called Tri-State.
Well, crap, New York's getting rain Saturday, Sunday. I'm taking my daughter to New York City for 4 days.
Girls' trip. Oh, you're going to love it. Where are you staying?
In Times Square.
Oh.
And
where the hotels are ultra cheap.
Yes. We have 4 Broadway shows we're seeing in 2 days.
4? Wow. Which ones?
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hello, Dolly with Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Wicked, which is my favorite. I've seen it a million times, but I have to see it. And Dear Evan Hansen, the new best musical of the year.
I want to see so bad the Mormon one. And
it's coming next year again.
Here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to see it. I can't believe the ratings that thing gets.
Let me know if you really do. I'll call on my season tickets and get you better seats than you'll ever get.
No, I do. I mean, there's no doubt.
Let me email myself to Call Denver Center and get...
Yeah.
Are there any nights of the week? Well, I'll find out when...
Just get me a good show. I mean,
okay.
No, it's not going to
No, I can get them right down front.
I
love Mormon. You just have to take it with a grain of salt and be okay to have a sense of humor, and then it's fine, you know?
Oh, absolutely. My neighbors, the one thing I'll say is their kid, I knew this kid forever. They literally lived next to us. He went on his mission. And I got to tell you, that kid came back. He was a fat little kid that left. He came back literally a man. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Who's this?
My Mormon neighbor. His boy left. He was a fat little kid, and I'm telling you, he went on this 2-year mission to Canada, and when he came back, it was all the difference in the world. I couldn't even believe it was him. It was an incredible transformation. In fact, regardless of the religious part of it, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it.
Do they have to
I'm speechless.
Do they have to live on their own? Do they do any other work?
No, they live with different members, but the interesting part is they can only communicate with their family 2 times a year, and guess what they are? Mother's Day and Christmas.
What happened to Father's Day? Gee.
You know, technically, I don't know. I guess because it's the mother bond. I don't know.
I didn't know that's all they can communicate. I didn't know
Yeah. Now, if there's a death or something, I'm sure there's.
Can they write letters?
Actually, technically, I don't even think. I don't know how that works. I really don't think that's part of the whole thing. Is you no longer rely on your parents. But they would have people from out of state on mission staying with them occasionally throughout summers here. So they'd be there a couple months. Those kids were unbelievable. They came over and helped me dig up trees and all kinds of stuff in my yard. They just go around. Literally, they want to just go. They go around helping people. Do you need anything done? They don't ask for money or anything.
Oh, they don't preach to you?
They want to, but if you don't want to and you want them simply to do some work, they'll do work for you.
So they're like Handyman Matters.
Except they're free. That is kind of funny thinking of it that way. I paid them when they did. I mean, they did a ton of work for me. Yeah, I gave them money at the end. I had to. I'm not going to.
How long have you been in Colorado?
Long time. We moved here, Suzanne and I, in 90, I want to say 1. Might have been early 2. How about you?
I'm in Navy.
Okay. What town were you born?
Delta.
Delta? Where's that?
The West Slope.
Oh, okay.
Delta Dawn. Named after Delta Dawn.
We're heading up to Aspen Friday after the show. I dread that drive. I do. I dread it. Friday heading up to Aspen. No, it's just the traffic. And it's just,
are you going up for the weekend? Or?
We're going up for the music festival. Like 20 bands. I'll end up paying myself.
I'll call them on the next break and see when it's playing. But like night of the week, do you care?
No, what date is it coming?
I was trying to find it. It's not listing, and it's probably because it's not on sale to the public yet. Let me see if I can find Book of Mormons in the next year.
Did you get my text last night about February? That meeting February?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, good.
I just got to put it on my calendar.
Yes, please do. Don't put it on yet, though. Do you remember during Katrina, they put a bunch of people in the Superdome, and there was rapes and muggings, and I think there was even a murder. I mean, it was crazy.
There was people shooting off rooftops and stuff.
She's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Suze.
Brandon's dialing in just before the next break. He'll be on the Access 3 or whatever.
I was going to ask Ross, or the question is, how does he know where to take it, who to give that stuff to?
I'm Jim McCann, chairman of 1-800-Flowers.com.
I mean,
a smile bar.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to watch it, right?
I guess you got. You know,
go to a center.
You give it to the right. Oh yeah, maybe you just pull up in front of one of these big evacuation places, schools or whatever. I mean, people aren't going to take diapers unless they need diapers. You would think.
Right, but people would take it and then try to sell them. You know, I mean, the black market's going to be terrible there.
Oh, if everybody paid by Bitcoin, we wouldn't have these problems.
That's a good point. But how would you interact with Bitcoin with no electricity?
Cell phone.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
And your cell phone won't there.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate. For 38 years fighting for you, bringing you the news about what is fake and what is scamming you and ripping you off. And we hear about things before anyone else because we take the pulse of the community, we aggregate voices. This is a town meeting. This is what this is. The original town hall meeting, except you can have it anywhere you have a radio or a computer or a cell phone. We're live on, of course, YouTube and Facebook, and we're live on Troubleshooter.com, iHeartRadio all over the country, and, of course, KHOW, our flagship in Denver, 630 KHOW, and then we have KRDO Radio in Colorado Springs and more. So, thank you for being here. The important thing is that we tell people about what we've heard, so things don't get perpetuated, and we can protect each other. That's the main deal, right? And then the other thing is to protect and to spread the word about the bad guys and reward the good guys. And I promise you, referrallist.com is the only list where there is true recourse. Now, I'm not saying it's the only place there's good people, but it's the place where I have gathered great people. 303-713-8255. Bonnie Shields with us today, Family Law. We also have Farrell Johnson, a member of our referral list with Golden Orchard Assisted Living, if you have any questions on that. Hey, we are talking about Houston, and there are some places, some people around town doing things. First of all, 9 News has they have a telethon. If you go to 9news.com, they're collecting. I'm trying to give you legit sources because there are a lot of rip-offs that will come out, believe me. Now, if you want to donate soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, toiletries, blankets, baby wipes, diapers, and all of that kind of stuff, Garage Force, a company here in town, and they have franchises all over the country, they are sending a truck or two and a big van, a big trailer, to Houston area or Central Texas. Now, here's what they're going to do. They're going to take this stuff with them, and they have 2 collection points. The UPS store in Parker, that's roughly Parker and Main Street, UPS store in Parker, or in Louisville at the Dova Center for Health and Healing. That's the Dover Center for Health and Healing in Louisville, Dova, D-O-V-A. So if you want to donate those 2 places, we're trying to find a place here closer to us or at the station here for another drop-off point, but we'll let you know about that for tomorrow, okay? This is really important. So welcome to the show. What can we do to help you? Oh, Suzanne, just a programming note here. Lines 2 and 3 are not coming through on the call screen, if you can update those for me. Frank has a question about hanging his master license with another company and letting them lease it. I can find nowhere where it's against the law. I can't find a law. Now, I don't know what people think of it, but as far as I know, there are other companies doing it. And Mark, you said we know companies doing it. I mean, I talked to a guy today that's doing it.
I can't figure out.
Electricians do it too.
I can't figure out why it would be illegal.
Because you're taking responsibility. Somebody says, well, you have to be an employee. I don't know. I don't know where that says that. And technically, you could be an employee. You could be. I mean, they could pay you, so much for your license, and you're an employee, and your job is to supervise. I mean, I'm not sure. So, Frank, you had an offer to lease your license out, right? Master plumbing license?
Yeah, I got multiples, actually.
I wonder if Bob would know over at Plumline. I mean, he's a smart guy. He's in the biz.
Yeah, now remember, a lot of these guys, including Howie, they're good people, and they're going to say no because it doesn't seem right. They're going to say no. And I respect them, but I want to know
the legalities.
Yeah, exactly. See, a lot of them don't want to give an opinion that, goes against the grain. I mean, let's face it, they don't want to because it doesn't seem right. It's like us giving people advice on how to cheat someone, it just... So, I don't think it's cheating, though. So here's what we're going to do. Let's do that, Suzanne. Let's call people on a referral list. Let's just start calling experts. Let's start with Plumline Services. Let's call them. Let's call other people. And you guys out there, do you know, if you're a master electrician, master plumber, can you hang your license with companies and let them use it? I know it's done all the time. Cindy, what's happening with you?
Hi, I just want to say another donation for Hurricane Harvey is Samaritan's Purse.
Oh, yeah? They're great people.
Yeah,
Yes.
Billy Graham's son, Franklin Graham.
That's right. And they do a Samaritan's Purse. They do a good job distributing stuff.
And they're down there right now.
Where are they collecting, though?
Well, they're down there right now. So I give online because I'm not able to go give.
Sure.
The garage place is awesome. I'm so thankful that people can collect and go down there. But I know my money is going to go straight to the people through Samaritan's Purse. They're down there serving and giving people what they need right now. So
okay,
I just like to give through people I know are going to handle the situation.
Well, thank you for that referral. We appreciate that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're having an ongoing feud with Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment. They've ripped off a couple who hired them to build a food truck that couldn't pass any inspection. Can't be used for food, can't be used on the road legally, and they say they've done their job. They promised to give money back toward their repairs to get it roadworthy and to get it food-worthy, but they didn't come through with it and said they changed their mind.
And how does someone that builds food trucks for a living not know how to build a food truck that'll pass the health department? I mean, it's almost a joke.
Right.
It makes no sense.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That's the point. Now, here is their number. You should avoid it if you see it. Denver Custom Food Truck.
And ask them why they're lying and cheating.
Yeah. Because, listen, our opinion, our experience, they lied and cheated.
It's not just experience. Honestly, I got to tell you, once again, he lied to me on the air. He said he was going to overnight the money to these people.
720-579-1699. I want to talk to Bob Logan. He's general manager over at Plumline Services. Bob, listen, I'm not asking about whether you would do it, whether it's good to do it, whether you want to do it. I know you guys, and you and all of the people I know in this business would frown upon certain things, but I'm asking, do you know of any laws against it, Bob? If there is a master plumber, can a master plumber hang his master license with a company and not really work there, but just hang it there and be responsible for it and get paid for that?
Tom, I know it happens
all the time, right?
But I wish I could tell you definitively one way or the
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was
together.
wondering if you knew of any regulations or anything, and that's okay if you don't. I mean, I don't either. Do you know?
Aside from the liability and the risk that the master's taking, and I can't imagine anybody wanting to put their license at risk that way. But I don't know for sure of any laws. I'll be happy to do some research. I'll ask our master plumber.
Yeah.
You know, all of our licenses are in house, but
you guys have more than one master plumber. So how do you handle that? I mean, if you have more than one master, which one do you designate, or are they all designated?
We just designate one.
Okay.
But you're right. I mean, we've got several masters, but each department, each trade has one designated master.
Okay. And then they're employees, but I don't know of any law that says they have to be employees. But as I said, Bob, you know, like you said, you don't like the idea of it, and you don't know why someone would do it, but you don't know of anything specifically that would outlaw it, do you?
I don't, but I could probably find out in about 10 minutes and call you back.
Bob, if you could at Plumline, that would be great. Now listen, Bob, while I have you on the line, though, are you guys still doing those free checks for those people that may have used that other place, that may have used Mile High, was it? Or no, not Mile.
We are, yeah. So if anybody has used that company,
yeah.
The Attorney General finally shut them down after a couple years of investigations. And just for peace of mind and safety and security, we will go to those homeowners. I'd like to see their invoice to see what was.
No, you want to make sure they really were, not trying to get something free. But a Mile High Heating and Air, if they had them done, if they had work done by them, there's a good chance they didn't do it properly or didn't pull the proper permits. And Plumline will at least make sure it's safe, right?
Right. No charge for that. We'll do a full safety inspection, zero charge on that. And, you know, obviously if we see something that's a safety hazard, we'll bring it to your attention.
Sure.
But that's not our goal. Our goal is to just make sure, because they noted several instances where there's potential for carbon monoxide poisoning, things aren't vented properly. I mean, there's so much that can go wrong with the furnace and air conditioning system. So we just want to make sure that everybody who had work done by them is safe.
Thank you very much, Bob, Plumline. And call us back if you can, or we'll call you back. By the way, plumlineservices.com if you're interested in that free safety check from them. Okay, 303-586-1086. Okay, so Wow, things are going crazy. Do you know we have the lowest levels of the year right now when it comes to mortgage interest? Hey, Brent.
How you doing?
Good. We wanted to ask you something before we get into this. When something like this happens, this Harvey and all of these floods, and 85% of the people do not have insurance, if they walk away from their homes, if they walk away, does the mortgage industry take a hit in general, or does this not make a real big difference? Something like this. You know how oil prices and gas can be affected? Can mortgages be affected?
You know, you're not going to see an impact to interest rates and an impact to the ability to lend. Where you're going to really see some potential is anybody that's carrying a large servicing portfolio, and a lot of your major banks do, because it's a way for them to replicate their balance sheet, to have money available, and they'll keep it on their sheet. So you will see some of that, but no, it will not affect mortgage rates. Where it does become complicated, unfortunately, for anybody trying to buy or refinance a home in that area, even if your house wasn't impacted by the flood, the reinspection with the appraisers and the certification to make sure that there's no damage as a result of the floods. We saw it here when we had the floods up north. It does become very difficult to get things closed quickly because of all the re-inspections and certifications that have to be done.
So what about the levels now? We are really at the lowest interest rates right now of the year so far?
We are, and this has occurred this week. So, to give you an idea, 30-year fixed rates dropped to 3.75% with an APR of 3.904. But the bigger story, I think, for anybody who's going to be in their home long term, 15-year fixed rates at 2.99% with an APR of 3.182%. So, really a great opportunity to get sub 3% on a 15-year mortgage right now, simply because of this drop in interest rates. And as we've talked about many times, these are typically short-lived windows of opportunity. So you've got to jump on them, because rates can change 2 and 3 times a day.
And then you have the interest rate guarantee for the next 2 years, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Also, Approval Reverse Mortgage is another mortgage company for reverse mortgages. And of course, if you want to do a reverse mortgage, 62 or older, have a lot of equity, it may or may not be good for you. Joan Sullivan is the only one I really trust, and her team, to tell you if it fits your circumstances. There are too many people selling these things that don't know what they're doing. ApprovalReverse.com. Call her for any questions on reverse mortgages. 303-771-3528.
Your local Ford store.
Nothing really out of the ordinary in
Home
the
inspectors.
metro area.
What's that?
That'll be a big down.
Yeah, but a big what?
Big home inspectors down in Houston.
Yeah, but there's nothing to invest in.
Somebody like independent.
No, we're talking stocks you would attach.
I know, that's what I'm saying. What would there be? What would there be to invest in? I'm saying it's our home inspectors. There's no like big giant franchise company that all of a sudden.
I think the best is that service master. But man, I did not like the volume on that.
What do you mean?
Right now it's partly cloudy.
They only had like, this morning when I was researching them, they only had 149,000 people buying and selling their stock, man. That's not a lot of people. The problem is with a low thing, I mean, you can go to sell your stock, no one wants to buy it.
You're right. I knew a guy that had that problem. Had a great value, but there was no buzz.
You can't buy it.
They created a market. And the way they did it was publishing certain news and doing crap like that. So now that's not cheating. That's not against the law, is it? To create buzz? No.
Accurate.
Yeah, you can't lie. When does insider become insider? I mean, really. Let's say I know a guy who works for a company. I mean, or somebody that works somewhere, and I find out they're doing a major expansion because they just discovered something, or they have a new product coming out. If I hear about that because my friend works there,
and then act on it.
Yeah, is that insider?
That's Martha Stewart. That's why her ass.
No, really. I could get arrested if my friend works somewhere and I hear like they're working.
That's what happened with Martha Stewart.
Really? Mm-hmm. And it's jail.
Well, yeah, it's jail.
No, she sold. Actually, she didn't buy. She sold.
It doesn't matter. It goes either way. It's still insider information. You can't trade on insider information.
I think it's stuff that's not publicly known.
It's like if I got a hold of
But that's
someone's
what people
quarter.
do research all the time on Wall Street. That's what they do.
Yeah, but they don't, it's like if someone's releasing their quarter numbers, and, you know, there's the CFO knows what they're going to be. There's people that know what they're going to be.
And they don't
the
see
reaction
that
to
information out.
They can't. Oh, my God, they go to jail.
In fact, employees are kept from like 30 days before, 30 days after. They can't.
Now, there's a group of people, guess who it is?
Buy online too, just talk to Ruby. Ruby has a message for us.
Great. Listen, there's a group of people that have inside information that they can use and not be prosecuted. Come on. What do you mean? Representatives. House of Representatives. Those fucking assholes can do insider trading all the time.
Wait, they're excluded? Specifically by law?
Specifically by law.
Why?
I don't know.
Not Senate, not the Senate.
I think both.
Wait a minute. The House lawmakers are excluded.
Yep, so think about this. They have lobbyists trying to get something done,
and they know
they buy that stock because they know the votes are going to be there.
Sure.
I swear to God.
Absolutely. I thought they had passed laws to try to.
But Mark, where does research become? Where do you become a cheater as opposed to a really smart guy?
Real inside information.
Okay, but what if I find out due to no fault of anyone? I found it out.
How?
Because I see some guys. Okay, I'm driving down Arapahoe Road and I see some guys surveying a lot, and they have a name on the truck, and I think, well, what are they going to do with that lot? That's a great location. Now I research that, and I find out they're building a hotel there, W, and it's going to be biggest and baddest.
That's not insider, because you didn't get the information from someone inside.
Okay, so then, but I find out,
if you find the information out from someone in the company.
Then I find out from that company they're going to use a certain electrical contractor only, or a certain product.
Big company.
And then I go invest in that.
Like Halliburton, that you know they're going to use Halliburton.
It's just weird, because I always wonder, like I was watching the show Billions. Okay, it's Mark. You will love that show. I can't believe you're not watching it. There's 3 seasons.
Started.
You got to. Mark, this is everything you love. And I'm telling you, Mark, it's weird, but they have researchers that do nothing but research companies. I can't believe they're making that up. And then the attorney general's always looking to see when they do big trades and make a lot of money, they immediately look at them.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Cynthia has a question for Bonnie Shields, attorney at law. Hi, Cynthia. What's your question, dear?
Hi, yeah, Bonnie. I'm in a domestic partnership, and I was wondering if you could tell me what requirements would have to be met for this relationship to be considered common law in Colorado?
Sure. Well, there's no exact list. There's nothing in the statute that gives like an exact list. So it's really mainly how you hold yourself out to the public.
And there's no time limit either.
Right, there's no time limit. There are affidavits sometimes people will sign, and that is surely a good indication that that's what your intent is. So there are affidavits that you can sign where you both sign under oath that you consider yourself married. Things like...
But you don't need that.
You don't have to have that. It's things like filing joint tax returns. That's probably the second biggest indicator.
The other one is insurance. You're on your spouse's or your partner's insurance, or you are telling people you introduce them as your husband or wife.
Right, wearing a wedding ring, changing your name, and what Tom was saying on the insurance, when you fill out maybe that insurance for your work, you list them. If they say relationship and you say the word spouse, that's a certain indication that there's a common law marriage, or at least that you think there is.
Now, do you want it to be married or not, Cynthia? See, are you asking because you want to make sure you're not married, or you want to make sure you are? No, seriously, because some people call us and want to make sure they preserve their singlehood, and they want to know their status. So, do you want it to be married or not?
Well, under the current circumstances, my domestic partner has assaulted me.
Oh, my God.
I had to have him arrested. He's
no.
now living with his son.
No.
The home that we purchased together is in his name, though, and I'm worried that he's probably going to be vindictive about the situation.
Did you hold yourself out in public as being married?
We always referred to ourselves as domestic partners, but never used the word husband or wife.
Did you, how long has it been going on?
15 and a half years.
Okay.
What about tax returns?
No, we file separately.
Okay. Yeah, you might be. Now listen, however, under the partnership laws of the state of Colorado, you could call yourself a partner and be afforded rights as a partner. It doesn't matter if you call it domestic or not. It could be if Mark and I bought a house together and we were bachelors, and we had a partnership, we bought this house. You don't even have to call it a partnership. We just bought the house together. I could force a certain liquidation under the partnership laws of Colorado. So in other words, it has nothing to do with marital status at that point. So if you've called yourself domestic partners, do you have anything in writing to that effect?
Well, I heard you say something about insurance. I'm on his life insurance. We have like a family policy for insurance.
But how does he list you?
I mean, things like that, but...
Did you chip in for the house, Cynthia?
Oh, of course. But my credit score was pretty low, so he carried the mortgage.
How much
is your name on the title, though? Because you don't have to be on the mortgage to have your name on the title.
Is your name on the title, Cynthia?
Well, we're still paying for the home.
Is your house, I mean, are you on the title? Is it listed as your house and his house? Not the loan, the title.
Very good question.
Yeah, find out.
But I'm just worried that I'm going to get evicted, and he has told me all along, even though I basically pay him for my share of the expenses, that I am owner in the home, but that's, you know,
Cynthia,
I guess,
Cynthia,
right?
Here's the bigger problem. You're being hit by him.
Yes.
Well, why don't you have him arrested?
I did.
Okay, and what happened?
He's living with his son right now.
And you have do you have a restraining order?
Yes, there is a restraining order.
Yeah, don't put up with that. So he's not threatening you or breaking that, is he?
Oh, no, not at all. It's just that because
I would file for divorce. I would file for divorce and make him prove you're not married. That's what I would do. I don't know, Bonnie, is that a bad strategy?
I'd want to know more before I do that, because you can get caught with some attorney's fees on the other side if you don't have a good faith reason that you think it's a common law marriage. The tax returns worries me on this one.
Because they're always separate.
And you're telling the IRS you're swearing every year that we're single, and then suddenly say you're married.
Well, you can file single, but what do you put on the partner? On the return, do you put single?
Yes.
Or is there a marital status on that taxes?
There is. It's married single or married filing single. If you say single, then you just told
Okay, you're right.
Government. So you have to be careful about that. I would think that protection order's got to give her some right to stay in that house, though.
The main reason that we didn't legally marry was because in my former marriage of 18 years, he was a military veteran of 23 years, and the judge decreed that he had to give me half of his military retirement, and we were told by different people that if we married that I would lose out on that.
Well, listen, here's the deal. No matter what, we have laws of equity. You're going to be... Right? So tell her, Bonnie, what that means.
Oh, Tom, you were on a good roll there. So even if you're not married and there's nothing like that, there are other laws to protect you. When two people buy something together, it happens to be in one person's name, but you've contributed.
And it's the partnership.
Right. It's unfair if the other person would get a totally gain by that. And so there are ways you can go about it. There's lawsuits that you could bring if necessary.
So that's what you have to consider, and you really have to do it. If he says, this is not yours, get out, you don't get anything, you are a partner. Steve,
Hi, Tom.
What is going on with you? This is a strange message. Something about the Denver custom food trucks and restaurant equipment.
Oh, I'm a long-time listener, and I appreciate your services. Anytime I hear you say, let these people know.
Oh, yeah.
People are. I always try to call and civilly let them know that, hey, tens of thousands of people are hearing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I talked to this gentleman. He was the owner, I guess, and he told me I don't know both sides of the story. He said, listen to the Tom Martino show tomorrow, and you'll hear both sides of the story.
He said that? He said that? Okay. We'd love to have him on.
I said, yeah.
He's been on before, and he promised to pay.
Well, I told him that. I said, this is what they're telling people. I said, you promised.
I would just like, I'd like to know, how do you have another side to the story when you put a residential window in a van, it's not DOT approved, and it's not food approved, health department. What is the story?
And there's no gray water tank and other issues.
Yeah. I mean, we can list.
He encouraged me to listen to the show, and I'll hear it. But
okay.
I asked him, I said, do they know you're going to call? And he said no.
Okay, we'd love to have him. Thank you for telling us that. We would love to have him on. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm telling you, Rudy, or anybody from Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment, we do want to hear your story, but I don't know what it could be. Here's would be a good one. Like, we put that window in by mistake. We thought it was approved. That's better than just doing it.
Now, I'm going to cut out his last call with me, and you can hear it.
No, okay. Did he admit they did it wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
And he admits in the contract it was supposed to be a food service window, and it was just a house window.
Okay.
And he said he was going to send him $3,500 right overnight, and he lied.
That's why we have a referral list, and we have great people. We do. And I love Genesis Total Exteriors. If you're looking for it, listen, they're busy, but they have this window. You got to know about this window. It's a solar window that actually pays for itself. Even if you don't have a solar system, you can send the electricity back to the grid, and no matter what, it passively generates electricity year after year after year, and it'll eventually pay for itself. Plus, they're great quality windows, and you pay no more for those windows than any other good quality window. They also do, of course, siding, gutters, painting, decks, fences, and then basements, baths, large and small additions. Here they are. 303-679-8509. 679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Mark, that shows here June 13 to July 1.
Say it again?
June 13 to July 1.
June 13.
Where's my phone? Oh, next year?
Well, are they going to be over a weekend too?
Crap, I don't have my
play
phone.
Tuesday through Sunday.
So Friday or Saturday would be the ultimate.
One is the proud marquee partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
I've been dying to see that.
Make sure to have your
You're able to get before they go on sale, Bonnie?
Well, before the public, the season subscribers, we get first pick, and we don't pay ticket charges either.
For your next ideal home loan,
which is really great.
Optimization in order to get
it's
even
not as
better
bad.
rates. They also have to pick your term loan. You
That's
do not
cool.
want to go back to 30 years. Pick whatever term you want. If you refinance or you purchase,
So I talked to Rudy this
they
morning,
will
and gave him the back line to call in, so he said he's super busy. Of course.
He's busy finding windows at work.
But he didn't sound stressed or he mentioned calls he was getting or anything. He's got to be getting calls.
Of course he is. That one guy just said he was.
They'll sell you the stone at the wholesale price.
Oh.
They only charge for installation and labor. They're
Oh, shoot.
with a gold star with the Better Business Bureau. And when Art of Granite remodels your kitchen, they'll do your bathroom vanity for free. Call them right now at 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919 or online at artofgranite.net.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, president of Fitness Gallery Superstores, where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. We're celebrating 20 years of keeping Colorado in shape with 20 to 40% off everything. All treadmills, ellipticals, exercise bikes, and home gyms on sale. Come celebrate our anniversary with huge discounts and rebates from our manufacturers, including True Fitness, Tough Stuff Strength, and Hampton, which all carry the best warranties in the industry. Don't buy internet, infomercial, or department store products. If you can't test it, don't buy it. We sell gym quality and take trade-ins. As always, Fitness Gallery offers a 60-day free in-home trial and 0% financing. Fitness Gallery, we sell high-quality exercise equipment. You never regret buying quality. Two convenient locations, I-25 and 58th Avenue, 1 block south of the Grizzly Road, or in Highlands Ranch at the Promenade Shopping Center, C470 and University. Make sure to visit our new website today, fitnessgallery.com, or call 303-308-1100. Fitness Gallery, getting Colorado in shape since 1997.
80% of Fortune 500 companies lease their vehicles because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky from my friends at Alliance Leasing, who can help you save time and money and more money. And if they're doing just that, Colorado businesses for more more than 20 years. Alliance Leasing will get you into your fleet vehicles with all the upfit you need at the lowest delivered price. I'm a finance guy, and to me the choice of leasing with Alliance
I've been
is
cutting down on those.
for your business. Learn more
Wait,
at alliance.lease. That's right, just like
No,
Alliance.
I have. Have you?
Alliance Leasing, your key to the perfect.
What do you think, Dan? Think he's been cutting down, or you think this is a line of crap?
I haven't been paying attention.
Is Daphne off today?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
For her charity stuff.
Okay.
I think she's back Friday.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Are we on? Okay.
At Barrett's Dental, we offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-731-1308 or visit denverdentist.com.
Today, the average retirement can last 20, 30, or more years. Yes, 30 or more years. No wonder the #1 retirement fear for people today is running out of money. So, how do you feel? Are you confident your retirement savings will last throughout your retirement years? Linda Gardner and the retirement planning specialists at Blue Heron Capital can help you create a retirement income strategy that you won't outlive. A strategy to show you what you can spend with confidence while you maintain your lifestyle and follow your retirement dreams. You've worked hard and saved for retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Don't wait any longer. Call today for your complimentary no-obligation appointment and see how you can get started with your own retirement income strategy. An income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604, 720-488-8604, or request an appointment online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Fox News Radio lives here. We report, you decide. 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome, 303-713-TALK. Terry has a question for our family law attorney, Bonnie Shields. Go ahead, Terry. What is your question?
Hi, last person that was on the line with you, I have a very similar situation to that.
Your partners?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's my partner. He's my brother in Christ. So I don't know how that's going to go over with you guys.
How long have you been living with him?
14 years.
Okay, do you guys consider yourselves married?
We consider ourselves companions for life and brother and sister in Christ.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
go over well in court.
No. Seriously, it doesn't matter what faith you are and you have common beliefs. What matters, that doesn't matter. I mean, at all. What matters is how you hold yourself out to the public. Do you call him your husband when you introduce him or when you're in public, or do you...
Absolutely not. He and I both introduce each other as our brother and sister in Christ.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We are companions and get along very
well. Let me ask you this though. No, Terry, let me ask you this seriously. Are you just companions and friends, or are you romantically involved as well?
We are not romantically involved. We never have been.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then I'm totally mistaken. I really thought that you guys were just, a couple. But you're not really a couple. You're not boyfriend and girlfriend at all.
No, but we meet every week and we talk and we hold each other up and
That's
lean on each other.
But you don't have sex and you're not intimate.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you're friends. Like, do you go out with other people? Does he, or are you guys celibate?
We're both celibate.
Okay.
Have been the whole time.
So, Bonnie, that is strange. That truly is. They're friends, but they don't hold themselves out. And you've done your own taxes, right?
Right.
And do you chip in for anything?
Well, I have not been employed because I've been disabled.
Does he support you?
Yes, he supported me. I was on food stamps, but that's all. And I just recently
They're like friends with benefits.
No, they're not benefits.
Well,
they don't have benefits, Bart.
No, not like that. He claimed to me on his IRS forms.
Okay, well, you can claim people on IRS if you support them as a deduction.
Yeah.
You can, but only if they're disabled or your children, of course. But if you had a kid living with you and you supported him, you could claim them too. So you are disabled, you said, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, that's fine. So I don't know, Bonnie, but well, first of all, Terry, you guys are basically, you can introduce yourselves as friends. You're friends. That's fine.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there would be a problem. I mean, he wouldn't try to sue you, or you wouldn't try to sue him if you guys split up, right?
Oh, yes.
What?
That would be wonderful if someone came along for him or me, but we have been so content with our relationship the way it's been.
So then there's nothing, Bonnie, they don't have to do anything, right? I mean...
No, what's your concern, Terry?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. What's the concern?
My concern is DHS for seniors, seniors at risk, they kicked me to the curb and literally forced him into a nursing home and said he was incapacitated.
Wait a minute, I didn't know this. So he's in a nursing home now?
Yes, but they said he was incapacitated, and he's not. He helps the maintenance people there. He has no control over his money.
How old is he?
He's just turned 68, and I just turned 60.
Now, wait a minute. They call him incapacitated? How did they find him? Did they just come to the... I mean, how did this happen?
This happened because he started drinking, and they put him in there to stop his drinking. And
wait a minute. No. People don't just go into a home for drinking. Tell me what happened. Was he publicly drunk somewhere? Did he get arrested? What happened?
He'd get up in the morning, and it wasn't until about 10 years into our relationship that he fell off the wagon.
Okay, and then tell us what happened.
In the morning.
About 5 years ago, he started drinking, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
And then what happened?
Well, what happened was he had also had a hip operation, but he fell a few times. And
was he on pain pills too?
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh. He's on, so he's addicted to pain pills probably.
Yeah, that now, but not before.
No, but okay, but let's just call it what it is. He's addicted to pain pills, and he's an alcoholic.
Right, exactly.
Have you?
And I'm not, but
no, I understand. So how did he end up in? Where is he right now? How did he end up where he is?
He's in a nursing home.
How did he end up there? That's what I need to know.
He was listening to her.
Was he ordered to get in there?
He was ordered to get in there by the Department of Social Services for Seniors.
Okay, all right.
I was
how did they find out about him? That's what I need to know. How did they?
His son came here from
there. Now that's
South
enough.
Carolina.
His son complained. His son believes you're taking advantage of him.
Well, they convinced him of that.
Now, so does he believe that now?
My companion?
Yes.
No.
You said they...
No, he never believed that.
No, but you said they convinced him. You said they convinced him of that. Did they convince him that you're not good for him?
They convinced his son.
Okay, got it.
He knows better. He knows better.
So, the son complained, Social Services investigated, and they put him in a home. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Okay, there are attorneys that can help you get him out of that home if he truly is not incapacitated. Listen, this happens. No, this happens to people from relatives and stuff. It does. We had a woman one time put away, and the relatives descended on all her stuff and started taking it, and then they wouldn't let anyone visit her because they said it's not good for her, and then she demanded to see me. I got an elder law attorney, and we sprung her loose. I'm telling you, this can happen, but at the same time,
that would be so
but Terry,
awesome.
It could be that he does have problems. It really could be that he has problems. I mean, you got to face that too.
He's an alcoholic.
Well, and he's also on pain pills.
He does have dementia, yes.
Well, then maybe he needs to be in there. Or are you saying you want to take care of him?
I was his PLA for 8 years, and they ripped that away from me.
Okay, because they believe, Bonnie, don't you believe that they think, Social Services thinks she is taking advantage of him? That's exactly.
I think that's what they think.
Yes.
Well, what do I do about it?
Okay, what you have to do, you have no legal standing.
No.
So there's nothing you can do. Are they going to kick you out of his house?
Yes, they already did. I was homeless and in a shelter for a month. And now I'm living with my son in a little tiny two-bedroom.
This is terrible. If what you're saying is
I
true...
still visit every week.
Oh,
Either
you go to...
He gets a bus or I get a bus.
Wait, you go to visit him?
Yes, and they don't let me in the building.
What?
So we meet outside.
Now, wait a minute. They can't...
I am serious.
Why do they keep you from seeing him? That's not right. Does he want to see you? Mark, why are you rolling your eyes? What's wrong, Mark?
Because the whole story sounds crazy.
Well,
I don't know what else to say. I can't be the only one that thinks it's nuts.
Mark, sometimes stories aren't wrapped up in nice little packages. The woman had a friend, and they are accusing her of taking advantage of him. They ripped him out of his home and threw him in a nursing home. Maybe he belongs there.
Maybe. She's admittedly said he's an alcoholic, he's a pain guy, and he's got Alzheimer's or he's got some kind of dementia.
Yes, yes.
Well,
what do you want me to say?
Farrell, does that sound to you, seriously? What you've been listening to this, you're very experienced. What are you hearing? What do you think? Farrell runs, by the way, Golden Orchard Assisted Living.
I'm thinking probably if he does have Alzheimer's and
or dementia,
and if he's an alcoholic and that
pain pills,
that there's probably a problem, and that they see that.
Yeah,
I would
and
think.
The fact that I think that she put up with it even could be construed as taking advantage of it.
It could have been.
You know, the fact that she just lives with him and he does it. Now, Terry, I'm not sure what I can do with you. I don't know what we can do about it. Do you?
Can you get well checks on folks like this? Can you, you can call a police officer up and get a well check? Is that even possible in this kind of case?
I will tell you this. If he requests me to see him, I can go see him. I did that with that.
Who would?
Okay.
He's already seen a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Says,
Get him. Hold
here?
on. Terry, here's what you have to do. You have to get him to request that I come visit him.
I got it all wrote down, and I know he'll be calling you.
Now, if he does, now listen, seriously, then I have to do it. I'll determine. I'll just talk to him because listen, there are times people are held against their will. It's true. So you hold on. And by the way, this is a good time to tell you about the Raleigh House because truly, this is exactly what they're made for, and not just of course for all ages. That's what they want people to know. That yeah, pain pills and alcoholism and all that, it knows no age barrier one way or the other. And so the Raleigh House is well, you can call it assisted living. They do treatment, but it's for 90 days. It's a 90-day treatment program. They set up this number especially for you to call if you have an addict in your life who needs help. They will give you techniques and ways to talk to them. Now, if you are an addict and you're listening and it rings true, please call them and they'll answer all your questions, arrange a tour. So call either way, 720-893-5559. There's no obligation. They'll answer all of your questions, even if you don't end up going there. It's good to know what this treatment is all about. It's medically based along with behavioral counseling. TheRaleighHouse.com, 720-893-5559.
Just really off the record kind of. Do you think she was taking advantage? It's not off the record, but do you think she was taking advantage? I think she. I don't think she consciously was. No. But I can see where it's construed that way because he's supporting her and she's living there and he's doing pain pills and drinking and she's just
none of it's good for him.
It's right, taking advantage of the situation.
And then you throw in dementia. My God, I would. If that was your mom, would you want that going down?
No.
Eisenhower Tunnel, causing some slowing on that stretch.
But the other side is she doesn't sound all there either, quite frankly. Did you two think she was all there? Did you think she was all there?
Brothers in Christ, is that the part?
Well, she sounded like she might have a problem to me.
I think she had a drug problem or an alcohol problem or some other problem as well.
If she was really taking care of him, they wouldn't have probably got involved.
You're saying they were brothers in the bottle.
They were brothers in the bottle.
He is an attorney at law.
And then the fact that they show up in front of the judge and they're trying to describe this, it's crazy. The judge probably said, "Oh my God, these two are nuts. What is she doing?"
Stuff around the house, and who pays?
What's POA?
It's the blind leading the blind is basically what I think is going on.
Since you said POA, what's POA?
Personal
power of attorney.
Power of attorney.
So
she
she
power of
was
attorney over him.
So she was that. She said she was this power of attorney.
Yeah, and they took it away from her. The courts did.
Someone is irresponsible.
Probably they
if
saw
someone
something
is
there, I would think,
negligent,
surely.
should pay.
And then they would have assessed him to see how he acted.
What you need
before they were putting out, I think. That's why they usually do.
Unless the kids were so vindictive that they want to do this
Unless
before
somebody was vindictive, yeah, you never know that.
and they want to get her separated so she won't get any part of his property.
$100,000 money backs giveaway.
Kids do that.
Yeah,
Their
that's
kids
true.
are terrible.
Yeah, but if he's got dementia, he's got these other problems. Who is she to take care of? I mean, honestly, is she a caregiver?
I mean, there's two
She's
sides
his
to the
friend in
story.
Christ. The kids are probably looking at it like I did, like, what the hell's going on here?
They're looking at it. Well, let's say some kids they want to make sure that they get their due inheritance.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Water filtration is one of the areas of rip-offs that I hear all the time.
But I thought they were the ones that put them in there, though.
Water filtration, water
No, she
softening,
said
have
that.
been major rip-offs. That's why
Somebody
I
else.
love
But because of the kids, though, I thought.
Pure water
I thought
choices.
the court came and got them because
I don't know.
Master
I didn't get that. I
Master
saw
BS, and he knows his
somebody
stuff.
else
Did
come
you
in
know
one
that
of the-
even through public water
But who else
supplies,
would let
there
him know
are
that?
still many
I
things
don't
in
know.
water like
I don't.
trace amounts of
To me, she really did not sound like she was all there. I mean, like she was missing something.
drinking water, but better water to bathe in and to use for your entire home. You can even go water softening if you want. He knows all about that too. And water filtration, whole house or point of use. Check with him
But they might have
rather
been
than
behind
get
it. I don't
caught
know,
up in the hype.
she never
It's great
mentioned the
value,
kids,
great
did
prices, and most importantly,
I don't
the
know.
truth. PureWaterChoices.com.
But if you have those problems, probably did.
720-219-7818. 720-219-7818.
Yeah, I just can't see that with kids.
You don't know how many times I've had this complaint, and it's always a friend call, always someone who is either living with them or benefiting in some way from them. I get, and I'm not saying they are doing it intentionally, but I get this call a lot.
75,000 miles or more.
Is that a good deal?
Specially formulated to reduce oil consumption and leaks and reduce engine wear. Pennzoil.
That would be great. I heard you say that you got that stem cell therapy. Well,
What
I
date
called
is
them,
it?
but they never did call me back. You know what you
June
paid for?
29th.
Well, I got the number.
It costs about, I think it's about $4,500.
Okay.
Now,
I'm thinking about it for my knee, but I've been
it worked for my lower back, it did not work for my shoulder. It did not work for my shoulder. I hear they have excellent results on knees. Here's the other thing, they don't really have necessarily great results on backs because the back is so, what is the word, complicated, but they did a wonderful job for my back. But my shoulder, I didn't really have a lot of pain, and now it's increased, so I didn't notice anything from my treatment. They say you can notice it up to 6 months after. Now, again, I don't really hold them responsible for the pain increase. I just think my shoulder's getting worse. But my shoulder...
Hold on, I want to hear this music.
What is this?
I don't know. Drew said for me to listen to.
Ain't just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's
Hi. This is a weird song. What is this all about, Brutus? What is your reasoning here, Brutus?
It's just a good song.
Who sings this?
This is Biz Marquis.
It's like from the late 80s, early 90s. It's hilarious.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. We're just not hip, I guess.
No, wait. He doesn't have a good voice.
He sounds like that one comedian, Tracy Morgan. It sounds like Tracy Morgan.
I think, Mark, that's very good. It does. Actually, it does. Like he's spoofing. I can't believe you picked up on that. That's exactly who he sounds like.
I have a fine-tuned ear for the arts.
Now, but apparently you pronounced something wrong. Marley.
He does it all the time, Tom.
We do not speak to Mark about his diction and grammar because that would be like talking to
what did I pronounce wrong? Hyundai? What is it? Come on, go ahead, lady.
It's Alzheimer's. It's actually you pronounced it Alzheimer's, and I'm just surprised.
I've heard it said that way too, but
it is Alzheimer's.
I call it Alzheimer's.
You might have a little
Alzheimer's.
No, what is it really? What is it, Marley?
It's Alzheimer's, and the Z actually should be pronounced like a TZ, like
Alzheimer's.
I will go with whatever Farrell says. Farrell, how is it pronounced?
Yeah, hold on, your mic. You gotta turn your mic on. You gotta.
Alzheimer's, like Mark says.
No, you.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Like
Alzheimer's, the
Time-
way we
It's a
say
Z.
all.
It's like people
Does it really
can't-
come from old timers though? Is that
no,
kind of
no, it has nothing to do. It's not old. It's alls.
Alzheimer's, yes.
in my diction, by the way?
By the way, everyone
perfect.
says it differently, but
Yeah, you're picking on me, Marley.
Sorry about that. Hey, are you from Michigan or Chicago or
New York.
somewhere like that?
He's from New York.
Gosh, because some of the pronunciations that you have sound like you're
Well, give
from
me another
Chicago.
one. Okay, so one other one.
Oh my God!
Anything.
Saying you mispronounce other things. I'm
Like
just saying
what?
your accent kind of
He's
sounds.
talking. She's talking about an accent. Don't be so confrontational.
My God, lady.
Now, Marley, I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
don't hear it much, and of course it reminds me of that movie. It was a cute movie.
Oh, it was a great movie.
But, so this name, was it a family name, Marley, or is it just a nickname?
No, it's my actual name. I don't know. My mom just liked it. Her name was Mary, so I think she was just trying to, put it
Marley and
in
Me.
her name.
Yeah, that was a great
I
movie.
hope it doesn't end the same.
Well, Marley, thank you for calling.
Yeah,
and,
thanks, Marley.
But listen, you'll get old if you keep track of his words and what he says wrong and usage and all of
Or
that.
how many lunches Tom owes me.
Yes, exactly. 303-713-TOM. 713-8255. His language is only second to his graphics ability, and that's just a little inside
We had a
joke.
contest once, and I'm pretty sure I won it. We would have to ask the people, though.
We did a little graphics contest with an ad. A story we were publishing. Because I love graphics, and I love doing a lot of our graphics.
It's a picture of a pothole.
Yeah, I know.
And I had to circle it, and we had to point out where the pothole was in the parking lot.
Tony, what's going on with you, Tony?
Hey, Tom,
Hey, man.
I have 3 questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're all related to property rental.
right.
I'm a landlord. I have some units.
Okay, what are the questions?
First of all, I rented a condo to somebody, and it's a condo, and it's in a building.
Got
and it. The patio, each unit has a deck. This is like a second floor unit.
Got it.
When they moved in, the deck was not usable.
Okay.
The HOA is tearing them all down because they're falling off. But
Okay.
anyhow,
All right.
I'm at the mercy of the HOA to get it rebuilt, and it's taking them literally a year.
Okay.
My tenants come back at me saying, "Hey, I need a rent reduction because I don't have use of this deck."
Well,
do I owe them?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless, if it wasn't usable, did you tell him that in the beginning?
Yeah, he moved into it when it wasn't.
Okay, that is not a habitability issue, nor is it considered a part of your contract. It's just not mentioned. So it would be different if he didn't have use of an entire room. It's just saying that he doesn't use the deck. You know what? Let me just tell you something. The way the rental market is right now, you rent it for more in about 5 minutes. I tell the guy, leave if you want to leave. That's what I would do. Don't let them hold you up.
That's
Arctic
ridiculous.
Granite. They have beautiful granite countertops and natural stone with one-stop shopping.
I usually get more done, but I
Beautiful
should
showroom,
here.
but he also does cabinets, so you can renew your
So,
entire.
I mean, like, can you imagine that guy trying to
bathroom-free.
hold that guy Alzheimer's, and it's not, there's no T in it.
How does it say how to pronounce it?
That's what I'm looking at.
Alzheimer's.
No, I'm looking at that right now. How to pronounce it.
Alzheimer's.
I forget.
Don't worry about the
There's no T in it.
giant warehouse.
Yeah,
People use
Alzheimer's.
the T a lot.
Here,
now.
listen,
They call it
ready? Okay,
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Hold on, listen.
To an art.
Ready?
Alzheimer's.
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 So there is a T.
No, it's ALZ. Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
The A is silent.
Alzheimer's. What?
The A is silent.
No, ALZ. Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
I wonder, is that named after someone, honestly?
Actually, hold on.
I bet it is.
Alzheimer.
It sounds like a doctor, though, doesn't it?
It sounded good. Mark, you're gonna love those tickets. They'll come to
I
me in
have
the
a
mail.
Colorado master license, and I would lease it to anyone. My name, blah, 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 I would like Charles Houston, Christine, looking to rent a master license. Oh. It doesn't say anything about legalities.
It's kind of bad for them to do it because they take the liability.
All of the liability. I mean, really.
They better get some money for it.
They don't like the fact I'm demanding a notary on this signature.
Now, why are you demanding it?
Because that's how I am.
Now, actually, you want to be really picky? I got stung once by this. You should have initials on every page.
I did.
Multi-page.
I did.
Okay, because, man, it's so easy on a multi-page contract to just say, that page isn't the one I originally. I mean, why do people not get initials?
Not only that, when you do it, you do it in different places. You don't do it just in one corner.
Really?
You don't move around the entire contract,
right,
but you do it towards the bottom, and I tend to do it where I never overwrite any of the writing, but I get close to it. Because if they ever cut, that's how paranoid I get on some of this shit. Because I always figured, what's to stop someone from changing?
I know. You're right.
Hey, Tom, I'm going to leave close to 12:30. I've got to get to mediation over in Cherry Creek.
I really appreciate you getting those tips.
Yeah, oh, it's going to be great. Row H, center.
What
it's at Ellie Hawkins, which is
to the
beautiful.
Mormon play coming? The what's it called?
Book of Mormon.
Oh, yeah,
Have
I
you
hear
seen
it is great. No,
Oh,
I heard
Tom,
it
you should go see it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it 3 times.
It's hysterical.
It's hysterical.
It's this, isn't it like
Is he a Mormon that wrote it?
No,
No,
it's the
South Park guys.
Yeah, South Park.
It's irreverent, but it's also sweet in many ways. I mean, it's hard to imagine, but it is irreverent. You have to just go with it, and
it's
you're,
true
I mean,
to the
your
story,
belly will
though,
hurt
right?
from laughing. Well, I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, the story of, what you call it, of
Where they find the tablet out in the woods, and don't
Well,
they
the
find
Garden
the,
of Eden,
the
the Garden of
secret
Eden was
scroll?
actually in somewhere in Missouri.
Is that what they say? The Garden of Eden was in Missouri.
Well, the tablets were out east, I thought.
Out east.
Because they got ran off.
Oh, they were chased.
They actually slaughtered a bunch of people thinking it was the government coming after them in Utah. That was the
Who
biggest
slaughtered?
blemish, the Mormons, in real life. That was the biggest blemish on religion. Hundreds, I think.
Hi, Tom Martino here, your consumer advocate.
Fighting for you. 38 years, millions of dollars recovered in cash, merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. All you have to do to be part of it is call 303-MARTINO 24/7. We'll get you on if you leave a message and you're not calling during the show. If you call during the show, it's automatically routed here. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466.
I got a great follow-up.
We also have 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. My partner Mark, you just heard. We also have Bonnie Shields with us from Bonnie Shields Law, and she's a family law attorney, been answering questions. We also have Farrell Johnston from our referral list sitting in from Golden Orchard Assisted Living. If you have any questions regarding that or not, she's just here to say hi and to visit. Okay, want to bring you up to date on a few things here. The relief efforts for Texas, there are so many people wanting to do things. Please be careful because inevitably rip-offs come out of the woodwork at a time like this. Here's another thing. We have a company, Garage Force locally. They're taking a truck, a big truck, and a trailer down tomorrow, and Friday morning. So they're collecting at the UPS store in Parker, Colorado. That's at Parker and Main Street. Look for the UPS store. That's a drop-off point for them. They're going to pick those up tomorrow night. After 7. So up until 7 you can drop stuff off. Also in Louisville at the Dova Center for Health and Healing, and that's at 972 West Dillon Road. You can drop off stuff until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And again, Suzanne, I don't know if we've been able to touch base with anybody, but we wanted to get a drop-off point here.
I know, and I'm still waiting to hear back if it's going to be okay. And people are so generous, Tom. I have people donating cash, so I put our folks in touch with them.
Yeah, and also 9 News has a telethon going on their website, 9news.com. So if you know of any good relief efforts, please let us know, and we'll give it some publicity. Okay, and let's go to the phones, 303-713-TALK. First, Mark, you said you have some follow-up.
Just got this email from yesterday. This guy saved, listen to this, man. He goes, you guys are great, blah, blah, blah. They saved $2,800 a year.
Oh, my God.
Switching, and when they called Compass yesterday, its name is Sean.
Unbelievable.
2,800.
Now listen, that is not unheard of. That's 233.
Oh, wait. And I keep reading, they have better coverage as well.
Yeah. Listen, we hear this all the time, doing an insurance checkup. There is no reason in the world to keep an insurance company. They don't even know you exist. Now, that local guy, the State Farm guy, you know, big deal. The Farmers guy, big deal. The Allstate guy, big deal. You can't let that influence you. Seriously. They don't care. That company they work for doesn't care. And a single agent who works for just one company, they're called captive agents. It's not that they have ill intent. They can't possibly shop you. They can't. It just doesn't exist. They can only sell one company. I mean, does that make sense in the world today? Does it make sense in any world? So then you go to a broker like Compass Insurance Group, and they will shop 25 companies. And the good news here is this. They may say one company is great for you this time, and next time around not. And they give you another company. They have no bias toward one company or another. And if you want to get that insurance checkup, you can do that. 303-996-9000, okay? Now, let's go on to the phones. Jeff, what's going on with you, Jeff? Tony, I'll come right back to you. I'm sorry, Jeff has been waiting too. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, yes, Jeff. Hey, I just had an issue with Mike Naughton Ford. The other day I was in that neighborhood doing work with my van. The starter went out, so I pulled out some hand tools and figured I'd just change it. I Googled it, saw that there were parts half a mile away. So I go down there, and first they gave me the wrong one. And
the wrong what? The wrong starter?
The wrong starter, yeah.
Well,
and
did you...
So I went back there and got the right one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after I walked back, I took the other stuff. Anyway, I took mine off. That's part of the story. But then anyway, I got it changed. It worked for like 3 days. So I stopped over there today with my... Wait a minute.
Tony, if your starter went out after 3 days, there's a possibility it's not the starter's fault.
Well, I agree that's a possibility. But anyway, I bought a new one over on my side of town. I live out the west end of town. And I go to take this one back. I said, well, I just want my money back for it.
Why should they give your money back?
Because it's no good.
No, that's not true. How do you know it's the starter that's bad and it wasn't your truck that made it bad? I mean, is that possible?
Well, I don't know about that.
No, wait a minute. You're right, though. If it was bad out of the box, I mean, yeah. If it's bad after you put it on, Mark, think about this. He had it on for 3 days. It shouldn't go bad. There's got to be some kind of thing. But why did it go bad? That's the important thing.
Well, that's true. That's, you know, I don't really know that. But I put another one on, and it's working fine now.
Okay, well, maybe.
It's working fine for the rest of the week.
And it's still working fine, right?
And the one that's in
Do you know how many starts you got on that other starter?
Oh, hard to say.
Probably what, 8, 10?
40.
Oh, wait, in 3 days?
I'm stopping at about 10, 15 places a day.
Okay, listen, Tony. So what did they say they would do? What did Naughton say about the starter?
Our policy says we don't refund it. First of all, he says we don't have one here that we can replace it with.
Okay, their policy says...
Well, hold on. How are you going to deal with the core anyhow? So I don't even understand that part.
Well, I returned the core. That was part of the first story. First, I walked...
If you want to return this one, though, what would you get back is what I'm saying.
Well, I would think I would get my money back for the starter I bought.
So you...
I mean, it's no good. And they didn't have the one... I didn't want another one anyway. All I wanted was my money.
Did you ever get the starter checked out to see what's wrong with it?
No, but the one that's in there now works great.
So the starter only worked for 3 days. There should be something you can do. And I don't understand. When they said their policy is they don't return, did they offer a credit? Did they offer anything?
Well, yeah, they'll offer a credit, but I don't need another starter because I bought one over closer to my home.
You're right, Tony. You're right, but at least they did offer you a credit.
They did do that.
Okay.
How much are we talking?
Yeah, how much?
It's $111.
Let's call over. There shouldn't be. I mean, this should be.
Yeah, I mean, this should be something that they should refund.
It doesn't sound like a big deal.
Listen, they can't force a credit on you.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
Well, we don't know what their return policy is.
Yeah,
I mean, we have no idea.
But Mark, it doesn't matter if it's defective. I mean, I understand. They could. You're right. A store has the right to establish a return policy and say no refunds,
exchanges only.
And they could even say no refunds, no exchanges. They could. You know, refunds and exchanges are courtesies. However, when something is defective, that's different. That's totally different. That means that they never fulfilled the contract. So therefore, it's a breach. So that's different. But here's the thing on this. We don't know why it went bad. But as he said, what difference does it make? The other one is working. And he has a good argument. If you sell a starter, Mike Naughton Ford, and that starter stops working in 3 days, doesn't the customer deserve something? Mike Naughton says, yes, he deserves, you know, a credit. Mark, if this was you, wouldn't you want your money back? I would.
Yeah, I'd try to yeah, of course.
Okay. 303, unless, you know, I can use the credit there. 303, and I needed it. You know, I'm saying not make me use it, but it's something I could use. Now, let's go back to Tony, who had some rental questions. And the first one was, the guy moved in, there's a deck there, but the HOA is taking forever to fix the decks. They're not safe to be used. Can this guy withhold rent? No. And I'll tell you what, it's not a habitability issue, and if he pushes it, you evict him. It's that easy. The deck, if it was never held out as a guarantee, then nothing is guaranteed except the things that are necessary for habitability.
Okay, great. Appreciate that answer. So now I need to move on to another unit that I own.
All right.
It had water damage caused by an upstairs tenant. I've got insurance. It's being rehabbed as we speak. My problem is that the portion of my unit that got damaged literally damaged half of the kitchen, and the other half had no damage. So the insurance company has torn out half of my kitchen, a 30-year-old kitchen. I can't replace.
Well, Tony, they're not required to build you a new kitchen.
Okay, that's my question.
Now, there are exceptions, and that is, for example, on certain things, if they're damaged and something is defective and it won't meet code, well, no, code doesn't matter at this point. Well, it does for the new stuff. But they have to make you whole in certain circumstances. But that is a case-by-case basis. I can, for example, a roof. If a roof won't go together, a T-lock along with a regular 3-tab, they have to do your whole roof. And we've had public adjusters argue that for customers. However, there are some companies that flat out refuse to do it. So it's a case-by-case basis. Now, Tony, in this case, you had a casualty loss. Now you're saying you should get a new kitchen. What you need to do, I'll bet you the insurance company is saying, we'll pay for the portion of the kitchen that's damaged, and then you pay the difference. And what would be wrong with doing that? I mean, if you're going to get a new kitchen, what is wrong with paying for the half that wasn't damaged?
So the only reason I bring this question up is that the remediation company that I'm using is saying, well, they've never heard of that. The insurance company has always replaced.
Let's call Compass Insurance Group, okay? Hold on. Let's call an expert and find out. Another Tony. Go ahead, Tony. What's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
Good. What's going on with you, sir?
I'm trying to get some information. I have relatives down in Texas, in southeast Texas, and back in March, one of my brothers, he was very ill. He had been ill for some time. He was in very bad health, and the hospital there did an operation on him that killed him, I think.
What kind of operation, sir?
He had several strokes, and he was crippled up, and he was on dialysis also, and he was just, I don't know.
Okay, so what did they do that killed him? This surgery, what is it?
They did something to try to make him walk better, and
who decided to have that surgery?
He did.
So he was within his right mind to speak and all that.
That's what they said.
Or to communicate. Well, does he have anybody with him, or is he alone? Or is he alone?
Well, he made the decision on his own. My sisters and everybody asked him to don't do it because it was a very risky surgery. And
Okay, well, then, Tony, you kind of answered your own question. I mean, risky surgeries or any surgery has risk, and unless it was outside the risk, it's going to be, I'm going to give you several answers here, and they're all correct, and you're not going to like them. First, let's just take the first one. Let's say that they should have never done the surgery.
Right.
And anyone in their right mind would have said, you can't do that surgery. It's going to kill this man. And they did it anyway, recklessly. But they didn't. They asked for he gave permission. Did they undersell the risk? If they undersold the risk and did it and shouldn't have done it, you could call it malpractice and negligence. But, Tony, you're not going to like this. The reward at the end of the tunnel is next to nothing. Right. Because your brother already had a stroke, was on dialysis, and basically his quality of life was crap. So this is the part you won't like. The damages part doesn't make going after the malpractice even worth it. That's even if you could prove it. And it just, because no attorney will take it. That it's terrible, but the worse the victim is the worse condition the victim is in before the malpractice, the harder it is for you to collect damages. There are no damages. You know, there just aren't. Now, you could argue pain and suffering because you're missing your brother, but you were going to lose your brother anyway, so they would have to figure out how much did they take from you as far as quality of life of his away from you. And, Tony, you're not going to get anyone to take it. That's if it was clear-cut negligence. That's if. Now, you don't even know if it was clear-cut negligence. And I have to take this break, and we can discuss that. But truly, even if it was established that, yeah, this is pretty bad. Now, I need to take this break, but Brian Burns from Compass Insurance Group is standing by to answer that question. What happens if you have half of a kitchen destroyed? What happens? Do they have to pay for the other half? I don't know. Let's talk about Flexident. This is the preferred way to get your car fixed if you have hail damage, dings, or any kind of damage that doesn't involve paint, because they're paintless dent repair experts. And I'm telling you, they are experts with more than 100 years of experience among them, way over 100. Nick alone has, I think, what, like 25 or 30 years? Here's what it is. These guys have multiple locations. They get your car in and out, and they do it quickly and efficiently to where you don't even know it was damaged. That's the beauty of paintless dent repair. Please avoid the fly-by-nights who come into town with tents. I'm serious. They're in and they're out. There's no one to guarantee the work. That's not the case with Flexident. They are residents. They are here, multiple locations, here to stay. FlexidentColorado.com, 303-619-6273, 303-619-6273. That is Flexident. We got more coming up.
This report is brought to you by
Travel across the metro area and
as the lunch hour gets underway, just crash off highway, it's on the southbound side of town.
Read that. Malpractice is the most frustrating.
Read that plumber
Yes.
agreement. She said. It's
I
hard
don't
to.
think he did have standing to bring any kind of.
Sounds like you have to. It sounds like you have to hire him.
Where did you find it?
Suzanne just sent it to us, I think. Or
no.
no?
Okay, I got
His
it.
brother can bring an action. I think it has
From
to be
Google.
spouse or
Is this
children.
for Colorado?
Parents.
Yeah, pull open the zoomed-in one.
What attorneys will help someone set up a 501c3? Didn't John Fuller help someone recently do that?
No, he doesn't do that. I think what you'll call could.
Who? Oh, Siglian.
No, our guy Ryan Wood was
Right now?
Oh, Ryan Wood for sure.
Ryan Wood?
Ryan Wood, Siglian. I thought you were going to say the other one.
Now wait, which part of the revised statute? This is long. I mean,
I screenshotted
the one part.
I go back here to my email. Right here. Oh no, sorry. Other one. Right here. Says it.
A master plumber shall be
In order to act as a plumbing contractor,
the person, firm, partnership, corporation, associate, or other organization must either be or employ full-time a master plumber
Alliance Leasing,
or must,
your key to the perfect
who shall be in charge. Okay, well, they
Does that clarify it for you? Because the lady
yes, they
called
must
us like,
employ
are you guys
full
going
time,
to answer this on the air?
but a full, it says, it doesn't even say just employ, it says full time.
Keep reading, too.
Who shall be in charge and supervise over all plumbing work performed by such contractor.
Only
master
one
plumber
job at a time.
Shall be responsible for no more than one plumbing contractor. No, that means, I understand.
He can't work for Plumline and work for whoever. That's exactly what it means.
Wait a minute, one plumbing contractor at a time. The master plumber shall be required to notify the board. You know what? There are people that do multiple within 15 days of determination as a master plumber for that contractor. So yes, you even have to say when you leave one and go to another, so you can't have more than one. Failure to comply. Okay, good.
It's pretty straight.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you need someone to buy or sell real estate to be your broker, you will love him. I'm telling you, this is a sure thing, and I never say that. With Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Especially if you're selling right now. I know you think market's hot, anybody can do it, but no. He knows how to price it just right to get multiple offers. You may think, oh no, I want to price it for more. He knows what he's doing, trust me. If you price it for more and you don't get multiple offers and you don't get any really solid offers and you have to lower it a little, that is a sure sign of weakness, and it will affect your listing. He actually lists it for less, and you may think, oh no, and then he gets multiple offers and then helps you choose the best one, which isn't always the highest, but it's the one that can close the fastest. Man, he's just great. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, let's keep going here. Talking about people I like. Brian Burns, man, we just got a call about Compass Insurance saving this one couple $2,800 a year.
Fantastic.
Oh, man, and gave them better coverage. So you guys racked up a lot of savings yesterday, didn't you, for people?
A lot of savings, yeah. It was a really busy day yesterday.
And I told them you can do it any time when you're not here. So anyway, here's the deal. You have a kitchen, all right, and it's, let's find out from Tony. Tony, so he has a rental. And Tony, your kitchen is about 30 years old, and it was damaged by water, and they tore out half of it, right?
Correct.
And you're saying, wait a minute, I got a 30-year-old kitchen. I want the whole kitchen done. How does insurance look at that, Brian?
Well, that's not the way I'm looking at it, but go ahead.
Wait, Tony, how are you looking at it? I don't want to miscategorize it. How?
Well, A, the remediation people are saying they've never heard that the insurance will pay for to replace the whole kitchen, and B, they will replace the half the kitchen that was damaged, but then I'm going to have two different kitchens.
Wait, hold on. I said that, Tony. What I said was absolutely correct. You're wondering why they won't pay for the whole kitchen.
They're supposed to make me whole, and
Tony, you're wondering why they won't pay for the whole kitchen.
Well,
is that accurate or not?
Correct.
Okay. Brian, will they or won't they? Is he being flim-flammed?
Yeah, so there's a coverage in a policy called building code coverage. So I'm guessing what you're saying is that in my understanding, that half the kitchen was damaged.
Right.
When they go to replace that half, the other half is now, out of code.
No one said anything about code. It could be out of code, but the main deal is, like he said, he's got half of it looking great and half of it 30 years old.
Yeah, technically they don't have to replace the entire kitchen if the kitchen's not totally destroyed.
Okay.
If it's a code issue,
yes. Now go ahead with that.
Possibility.
Now, what would be a code issue? Like not enough outlets or something.
Exactly. The wiring, it's old wiring. It's they're using aluminum wiring in there, and now that's no longer going to pass code. But you have to have the coverage for that in order for it to kick in.
But Tony, Brian, could they argue that even though he has code upgrade coverage, could they argue that the part they're doing, they will bring up to code, and it's not their fault that the other half doesn't have code? Because, couldn't that extend to now the dining room and the living room, and he's not going to get his whole condo rebuilt? Where does it cut off?
Right. Well, and that's where it comes into play, is what the code enforcement is saying. So a lot of times, if you have partial damage in let's say your kitchen, they won't sign off on it. An inspector won't sign off on it as being okayed or passing code. And so then that's where the code coverage comes into play. It can't just be because you want it done, but if it's truly not passing code because half the stuff is not upgraded, they have to do it.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Tony. Do you have wires like where they tore out half the kitchen? Do you have circuits that have been cut off like midstream because it was going to the other half of the kitchen?
I don't believe so.
Well, okay, because I'm trying to tie it in, and Brian knows what I'm doing. I'm trying to show there are connections, because truly, if that one half of the kitchen is isolated and is not affected, like plumbing and electric are the two main ones. Do you have plumbing and electric that extended through both halves?
Plumbing, no. Electric, I'm not enough of an expert to tell you.
Well, were there light fixtures in the half that went bad?
There's plugs on the...
Okay.
Yes, there's
there are outlets.
light fixtures.
Okay, so
outlets.
You have outlets in the half they tore out.
Correct.
But no plumbing, right?
No.
How about stud walls?
Yeah, there are stud walls.
But were they interior stud walls or exterior?
Yes, interior.
Okay, any exterior walls?
No.
Okay, that's another one you could tie in, because there would be, if they had, if it's 30 years old, they most likely have most of the codes they do today. I'm not sure, but you need to ask your builders, since they seem to be advocating for the whole kitchen. Ask them, is there anything in this half of the kitchen that's still there that won't meet code?
Exactly.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, will do.
And then try to make the deal that if I put in this, it's not going to match that. What about counters, Brian? Wouldn't they have to replace the cabinets because they don't match? I mean, don't we...
Yeah. Now, what the point is though, they might come back. It's based off policy language, but it very well might be his responsibility for the portion that was undamaged, because in other words, you can't have betterment. That's what they're going to argue. You're trying to get betterment off of this claim.
What's the name of your company, Tony? Your carrier?
American Family.
Oh, you listen to my show. You know that I told you, man.
Actually, I've shopped them, and the price isn't. Nobody's been able to beat them.
Really?
By much.
Okay.
$10.
All right.
Yeah, I've called.
You called Compass? Okay, good. At least you're shopping.
You know what? But the key to this is just even looking at this claim. I understand you want to have savings, but you also want to make sure you're covered for things when something happens. It is worth something to have a company that you believe is going to stand up and give you the kind of coverage you hope you have.
Now, here's the thing, Tony, you can do. There's a couple things. First, ask your contractors to help you out with the code thing, and ask them to see if there's anything that doesn't meet code in that half. And then do another thing. Ask, is it your agent you're talking to or the adjuster?
The adjuster.
Okay, you tell the adjuster, and you got to say it in these words, or someone after the adjuster, or your agent or someone. You keep asking the very same question. You tell them that you're well aware that the contract language of the policy dictates what happens, okay? You're well aware of that. All you want is for them to show you in their contract, in their policy with you, where it would exclude that half of the kitchen. You make them show you the policy language excluding that kitchen. And then when you put the onus on them sometimes, and to highlight the policy language, they can't do it.
Okay, so I have one last question.
Go ahead.
Related. Do I have a claim against the upstairs owner for any unreimbursed expenses?
Of course you do. Of course you do. Brian, not only does he have a claim, Brian, wouldn't he be able to, his company's going to subrogate, but can't Tony go directly after that guy upstairs, right?
Absolutely, for the amount that he lost out of the deal.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
And you could, even if you can't get that half covered, Tony, you can go after him for that, saying it would be unconscionable to have one half kitchen different than the other, and that you are going for loss of value and you need the whole kitchen done. I'm telling you, Tony, that's a good claim. You go direct, but you don't go after his insurance company. You go after him, okay? And you go after him, and if it's under $7,500, you go into small claims court. And he should have either homeowners or rental. Does he have is he a renter?
I'm going after the owner. I have the owner's contact information.
Then that's what you do. You go after the owner. Then you go after the owner. He should have coverage for you, and absolutely you're allowed to go after other coverage. And that company, by the way, Tony, don't let them tell you, well, no, we're not responsible for that other half of the kitchen. That's Betterment, because Betterment doesn't apply if you don't have a contract with them. They don't represent you, and you're not calling it Betterment. You're calling it consistency. You're saying you're talking about now a different issue called loss of value, that the fact that the kitchens don't match the two halves.
Okay.
So, and then any out-of-pocket loss of rent, anything like that, you can go after that upstairs tenant for sure. 303-713-8255. I love it when a plan comes together. You know, we get a plan, and then you go on the attack. Al Aramis at Pro Auto Care. Let's talk 303 Pro Auto, and I'm telling you, they have a Ladies' Day special you're going to love. I can't believe the price. And before I say this, Al, is it for a limited number or for anyone?
You know, I want to offer this for 10 ladies, each location. This is the
wait. So 10 women in each location?
In each location, that's 20 of you are going to get this below cost.
Okay, I'm going to tell people right now, you better call, because you're going to want to do it no matter what. No matter what, if you need an oil change, you got to do it. Don't even think about it. 303 Pro Auto, 2 locations near Evans and I-25 and near Bowles and Santa Fe, just south near Arapahoe Community College. It's 303 Pro Auto. Tell them what it is.
We're going to do a synthetic blend oil change, tire rotation, full inspection, top oil fluid, check your tire pressures, check your battery charging system, put roadside assistance on it, $14.95. Our ladies come to our store and they trust us because we treat them right.
$14.95. Just $14.95. You get the tires rotated. You get a synthetic blend oil change with filter. And think about just that. And then topping the fluids and inspection. And then here's the other thing. Roadside assistance. Okay, that's for 36,000 miles. Go and ask someone what that would cost to buy. Just that. Just the roadside assistance. That's unbelievable. Okay, Pro Auto, 303 Pro Auto, 303 Pro Auto, or 303 ProAuto.com. Wow, now we were talking about home improvements and all of that, and of course it's really important that you use the right people. Okay, so that's why we have referralist.com.
This report is brought to you by...
I'm headed out. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Bonnie.
I'll be in touch with you very shortly.
Yes, thanks.
And Mark, I'll bring you tickets.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Mark.
So you had tickets and can't make it?
No, I have season tickets so I can buy extra tickets for friends and stuff. They're not on sale to the public yet, but we got 7th row center. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just, and there was some small ticket charge on it, I guess, but it's cheaper than if you go buy it, and you'll never find your seats.
No, of course not.
Otherwise, so, all right.
See you, Bonnie. Thanks.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Thanks, bye.
6:15. Is your personal info for sale on the dark web? Monitoring your credit can't show you, but LifeLock sees a wide range of threats to your identity. If something happens, then respond in 5. To fix it, go to lifelock.com.
Use promo code RISK. Save 10%.
You know, our guest today is with Golden Orchard Assisted Living, Farrell Johnson. She asked me during the break, one of the breaks, she goes, so tell me about that stem cell. And I told her, I said, look, you know, it's not really well known for all back issues, especially lower back, but they did such a tremendous job with me. I remember telling Mark that, you know, he said, now, Tom, are you going to, like, what happens? You know, and I'm going to say, well, I'm going to tell what happens. And what happened was the level of my pain went away. I mean, I always had a little din of pain. Now, I'll get sore if I work out and stuff like that, but that normal static pain is gone after one treatment with stem cell. They also did my knees because they wanted to increase the joint space. I haven't had an MRI to check those yet, but of course I have no knee pain or no knee problems. Now, stem cell has been known all over the world to put off surgery, to avoid pain, whether it's knee, low back, shoulder, other joints, neuropathy, arthritis. The good thing is, Stem Cell Institute of America, they're not asking you to call right now and make an appointment. They want to educate you. They want to let you know everything you need to know about stem cells. So they're having free informational seminars. There's no sales job. There's no money, no obligation. They just ask that you reserve a seat. That's all. They have them all over, and they're crowded, so they want to make sure you have a seat. Denver, the Tech Center, Littleton, Boulder, Fort Collins, and other areas. 855-262-4040. Call for a seat. 855-262-4040, and that's Stem Cell Institute of America.
I just want to say thanks to all of you, because millions of people just like you.
I don't know if she gave it to us. I got it from Suzanne, yeah.
And I really need to know. Suzanne.
I got it down at home.
So the number that you gave Farrell, do you remember giving her the number for Stem Cell?
All of your favorite talk shows, all of your favorite stations.
Quite a while ago.
Well, she said she didn't get a call back, which is shocking.
Yeah, I called and left a message.
How long ago was it?
Oh,
It might
2 or
be-
3 months.
Okay, it might have been before this number. And you know what? That was just their normal office, Dr. Whatchamacall's office, and that could be.
That could be the run.
Because do you want to go to the seminar, or do you want to go for an appointment?
I really wanted to get it done.
What are you looking for, Farrell, here?
My knee.
Knees?
Mark, do you have the names of somebody too, don't you?
I'll try that before knee replacement.
Yes.
My mom.
Okay, Regen, one of the largest ones in the country. It's on referral list. Just look it up.
Here, we're numbered?
Okay.
No. Oh, wait, you're going to look up what?
I can
No,
get
I want
it
to
on
show
the
you
referral.
Regenex. Yeah, look up that one too.
Which one?
Regenex.
Give them the number we have on there. Give her that direct line number. Because it's a great doctor right around here. It's like a turnkey deal.
Hold on, dear. We'll be right.
Attention craft beer lovers, Microbrew Fest is here. Over 50 local and national craft breweries will compete.
How do you spell Regenex? Never mind, I'll just do STEM. Hold on. I'd like to see how our search works anyway.
Bring your IPA game and leave the macro on the shelf.
Oh, it's still searching.
Now at Microbrewfest. On air, online, and
No results for STEM. Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry. They've got all kinds of... We have Centeno Schultz Clinic. I don't have that other one. It's up here. It's not showing.
That's him. That's him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints in order to make your life a little easier. So please, give us a call. Now, Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment lied once again. They told this guy they were going to call in the show and discuss this issue. So, that guy said he was expecting him to call in. Did he say they'd call in today or tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay. Denver...
Yeah, right.
So, no, hold on. He didn't lie yet until tomorrow's over. So remember that. He promised to call in.
Yeah.
Denver Custom Food Trucks and Restaurant Equipment at 720-579-1699. These guys are clowns, and so far, from our experience, they're liars.
I'm going to cut out the actual part where he said he was going to overnight the money, so
Liars
we have
and
that to
cheaters.
play.
They built a food truck that will not pass inspection for the road or for the kitchen for food. Okay, now, Jeff. Sorry about this. Okay, now, you went to Mike Noah, and I think I answered this, and that is, we have to figure out what's wrong with the starter. I believe we should call. We did call, I think, because Mark wanted to call them and try to get your money back. We want to try to help you. But in any case, I think if you had the starter looked at, like put it on a test bench, would they know what was wrong with it? Did you attempt? Are you there, Jeff? Okay, he's not there. So, let's keep going. Dale, welcome to the show. What's happening?
Yes, I've got a question. About 10 years ago, you had Macquarie Mortgage, My Bank, My Way.
I love it. It was a great mortgage. My Loan, My Bank, My Way. I made up the name. Yeah, really, it was Macquarie Mortgage Company did one, and so did GMAC. They both did one, and I just love the concept. Now, what happened is during the recession, they froze lines of credit based on appraisals because the appraisals started going down. And here's what happened. I remember it, man. Oh my God, I was so scared. Let me tell you why. I didn't have one of these loans, but I'll tell you what happened to my listeners, and I got it fixed. People would put in their paychecks and every dime they had in this loan, because the way it works is, Mark, you have a loan, right? So let's just say you have a loan for $100, okay? A home loan. Just use $100. Now, if you have savings of $5, Mark, and you put your savings with them, then you would only pay interest on $95. If you had savings of $15, then you would only pay on $85.
It's almost like a line of credit.
Yeah, now listen. So if you put every dime you had disposable income into that, and even if you only had it in there for 2 or 3 weeks and then you paid your bills, for that 2 or 3 weeks, it would reduce your interest by that many days for that amount of money. So it was beautiful. Now, but the problem was people had put all their money in there, and then during that recession, they come out and they freeze it saying, well, we have to reappraise your home. You might be underwater. And I said, oh, wait. Some of these people put their money in and they have to pay their bills. They're not trying to scam you. So what they did at that time was they went back 90 days and refunded anything that was deposited in the last 90 days, which helped people out, because I was telling people to put all the money you could away to reduce your interest. So now you're asking, is there anything like that today? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, because I got my 10 years are up this December, and I'm looking for the same product, and I can't find it.
Now, did you have one?
Yes.
And did you put all your disposable income in it?
Well, it worked out pretty good for me because I had a HELOC maximum dollar amount.
Yep.
Which was basically 30% of my home value. So I have like 65 to 75% equity. So I have no problems.
Wow.
But I'm trying to find something similar to that, because when you think about banks and cheap money, I can put my money in there and all I'm doing is paying interest.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Actually, what do you mean paying interest? You're not even paying interest if you have enough money in there. You're not even paying interest.
Well, I'm just paying my interest for what I've used.
Right.
On my line of credit.
Yeah, but right, for just what you used. Okay, so there was a guy who called me. He was a lender years ago, and he says he's getting back in the business. I swear to you that call came in just last week, and now you're asking about this. Let me see if I still have that text from him. It is amazing that he called me and asked and said, I'm thinking about getting back into this business, so I'm wondering if I'm just looking to see if I still have his number here. Doggone it.
Because my one question is I wonder, with Dodd-Frank being passed, is that why they got changed?
No. The loans are still out there if you can find them. So, I don't think that's a problem. That they were pretty good loans. They weren't weird loans on loan to value, and they weren't weird they made you qualify. So there was nothing I think that would be against Dodd-Frank, which Dodd-Frank just wanted to make borrowers more responsible. And this loan is just pretty conventional, actually, except for the deposit option that you have. So Dale, you leave your number, or keep watching our social media as well. Hold on and get your number to Suzanne. And here's what I'm going to find out. Who I don't know the name. Hold on. I want to see if they're still there. Hold on. I'll find out. They used to have a name. The mortgage name used to be Paradigm. Hold on. Paradigm Mortgage. And let's see if they're still there. Paradigm Mortgage. And if they are, then you can call them. If they're right here in town, you can call them. Yep. I see a number for them. That's the one that used to have it, that said they might be getting back in that business. So you probably want to call Paradigm. 719-457-1925. Now keep in mind, I don't know these guys at all right now. I don't know. I think, just ask them if they're the same ones, right? Do they have that loan? And then there was another one that did that loan, and it was Kurt Rogers at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Kurt Rogers. And he's on our referral list. But I'm not. Ask Kurt Suzanne, at Affordable Interest Mortgage if he knows who's doing them or if he's still doing them. Okay, thanks for the question, Dale. It brought back a lot of good memories. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, now, there was something important that we looked up. Suzanne gave us she went through the law and picked out some wording. We were asking, what are the rules with a master plumber? Can he hang his license somewhere? We're going to have that answer coming right up because the details will astound you, absolutely astound you on what we found. All right, right now, time to talk about Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. If you are accused of a crime, it's a terrible thing. If you're stopped and you've been drinking and you drank a little too much, even if you didn't realize it, it doesn't matter. So many people have excuses for drinking and driving. There's really no excuse. I'll tell you why. You got Lyft, right, and Uber, and they're so easy. Or you got a designated driver friend. Here's the deal. There's no reason you should ever be stopped, but people still are, okay? Joseph's not going to judge you. He's going to represent you because no matter what the story is, stupid, mistake, accident, whatever, then he will get you through the system, whether it is traffic or another kind of crime. 303-429-6200. Joseph A. Lazzara. Remember his name in case you need it. I hope you don't. LazzaraLegal.com. Lazzara, 2 Z's, 1 R. LazzaraLegal.com. 303-429-6200.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
There's a crash downtown.
Delays, right lane blocked due to a wreck.
I don't know if you did or not.
No, not this time. It was bad this time. I was bad today as far as
I got a haul ass to the Springs, damn it.
today.
Yeah, we're supposed to do canceled on me. I'm gonna start putting this stuff up.
She's a buddy of mine. His uncle just had a birthday. I thought he was like 85. Christ, his uncle must be in the hundreds.
I'm gonna start putting this stuff towards the end of the show. Mark it like this.
Rocky's Autos is at 63rd and Federal.
And they're waiting for you to drive up. Plenty of parking, plenty of salespeople, plenty of cars, plenty of financing, everything you need to drive away in a car. And here's what I love about when I say drive away. When you do, it's 100% done, finished. They will never call you back and say, we made a mistake or we can't qualify you and you need to bring in more money or pay a higher rate or none of that. Or return the car and pay for it. We pay for the use. Rockies doesn't play games. They're so straightforward. Here's what they do. They have a large selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all makes, models, colors, price ranges, and all prices are clearly marked. They give you the price of your trade on the spot. They subtract it. The difference is financed or you pay it, whatever it is, and that's it. It's that simple. And when you do it, you have 40 lenders to choose from. So they have variety in cars, variety in lenders. That's 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. Rockies.
Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage. Let us show you how to own your home.
And save over $100,000 in interest. It's your money. Call 720-895-0500 and take advantage of AIM's It's All About You event, where you receive $300 now for any closed loan. Use it for Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, or Lowe's. And the opportunity for $1,000 cash, 3 days in Breckenridge, or a new LCD 55-inch flat screen. Call 720-895-0500 for details. If you are tired of paying mortgage insurance, stop. You waste
Oh, I gotta run to the restroom. I gotta wait 10 minutes.
put off for so long. Want to purchase a home with only 2% down and no mortgage insurance? Paperless loan approval, quick closes, and low rates. Take AIM, 720.
Oh my God, he's still talking about pro-jobs, pro-growth. He's at a disaster area and he's tooting his freaking horns to life.
Oh God, you're so anti-Trump. It's sad. You Hillary lover. You freaking Hillary
No,
lover.
I'm actually not. I'm far from that.
Do you see what the FBI just said? They're not going to release the documents from the tarmac visit. They won't give them to Congress, and they won't give them to the attorneys that filed for the...
Really?
Yep.
Why wouldn't they?
Are
They
they
have
allowed
actual
not to?
documents.
Yeah, they have actual documents.
How can they not?
What were the
if
documents on
if
what
they
they talked about, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. How can they not? If they request them, how can they not?
They cited that it's not in the public interest.
But they got to give to Congress and stuff. I mean, that doesn't
They
matter.
won't give them to Congress, and they won't give them to their...
Who's they?
The FBI.
I can't believe that. Of course, they don't have a new...
Look, still talking.
Yeah, you should be talking.
How about saying our hearts are with you?
No. Who wants that shit? We want fucking tax cuts.
He's not going to get them.
He's going to get them. If he doesn't get them, the Republicans are done. I mean, done. Bernie Sanders will be running the world. Farrell, do you like Trump?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like him. He was the best choice we had in that election. Listen, he is not stellar.
Yeah, Tom was feeling the burn. I already know it.
No. But
Tom wanted free pizza Fridays for everyone.
Listen, with the boss, have a little more decorum and diplomacy. This guy does not have a lot of that.
He's not a politician.
Oh, come on, you can be a person. You can be a
Thank you.
person.
Thank you.
If the Republicans get behind him, you get something done.
Yes, you're right.
Mark Trenner, attorney at law. If you have a trademark,
A patent, or you have an idea and you want to get it patented, you want to get a patent search, don't go to these online rip-offs or 1-800 numbers where they say they're going to make you rich or take care of your invention. Oh my God, you pay 10 times more, and many times you get ripped off. You don't get anything. Trenner Law is the place to go locally. He's a great guy. He'll give you plenty of attention and tell you the truth, and he won't overcharge you. 720-221-3708. That's 720-221-3708. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law, on my referral list, of course, at referralist.com. Let's keep going here, all right? Now, what is happening with John? Go ahead, John. What's going on?
You there?
Yes.
Hi. I'm just curious, do I have an expectation of reasonable, timely, and accurate billing from a company?
Of course you do, if you're contracted with them for that. In other words, if you do business with someone and they're a regular vendor of yours, yes. If it's a one-time thing, well, sure, you should have an expectation of accuracy, but I mean, you're talking about something that I don't know of. I don't know what it is, what the situation is.
All right, so I signed a contract with a company called TrustWave in 2013.
And what does TrustWave do, John?
They have a firewall that sits on the wall of my office.
Got it.
For all of our IT systems.
Yeah, got it.
And they were ACH-ing the money from our account, so I never saw it.
Gotcha.
And I received an email from them in June saying that I owed them roughly $1,200 for the last 2 years.
Okay, so the billing was short.
Yeah, well, so they went through some kind of software update or whatever, and the email they sent me, it had my company name, but there was no invoice number, no 800 number to call to contact anyone, and the address that they were listing was for someplace in South Carolina.
Yeah, but that didn't affect your service, right?
No, well, I don't know if I've been having service or anything.
Well, that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter that they had your address wrong or anything, unless it was congruent. I mean, part of the deal, and it wasn't. I mean, if they gave you a firewall, the other stuff is just window dressing. But here's the thing: the part about the billing. Let's get right to it. Do you owe the money or not? Here's the deal: if they were undercharging you per contract, so the contract says you'd pay $100 a month, and they were only charging you $80 a month by mistake, yeah, you owe them. They caught a mistake and you owe them. However, if the contract said $100 a month and they were supposed to change it to 110 and they didn't, big deal. Then they eat it. So if they were charging you what your contracted amount, you owe nothing. If they were undercharging you your contracted amount, then you have to pay it.
Okay.
The mistake, but no, you should expect accuracy, and it should piss you off. But that doesn't mean you get it for less.
No. Yeah. I mean, I could see. I guess if there was an error you know, I was billing somebody that I would expect, you know, 60, 90, even 180 days. But beyond that, I'm like, okay.
Well, here's the rule usually, a rule of thumb, and there's no rule, there's no law. First of all, they can't collect after 6 years, okay? Now, they can go back 5 years. It's bad business practice because you're right. Even though they were underbilling you and you didn't know it, that money is long gone in your mind. So technically, I get what you're saying. It sucks. However, here's the deal. Usually, when a company like a utility was underbilling you, and it took them 2 years to find it, they usually give you that same amount of time to pay it back. Usually.
Okay.
Now that's not a hard and fast rule, but that's what utilities do. If they go back a long time and say, uh-oh, we've been undercharging this guy, first of all, they'll never go they can't go 6 years, more than 6 years, because the statute of limitations for collection is 6 years. They can't get a judgment. So what I would say, John, is if you owe them $1,200, you owe them. And if you don't, you don't. You have to verify whether they were truly billing you. And I see where you're going with this. Well, wait a minute. Not only did they underbill me, but they had all my information wrong. By the way, how did they finally find you then?
They had my phone number. They called me.
Oh, okay.
And I gave them all the information. I mean, my business name, the banking information, nothing has changed from my end.
Why don't you just change services right now?
I can't because I'm locked in due to corporate regulations.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, you owe the money if it's contractual. Kenneth? Kenneth?
Hello?
What's going on, Kenneth?
I'm buying this car from impound lot.
Yes.
They don't have the title for it, and they don't have the key for it. And I went to the state patrol and told them that what I was doing, and they said that those guys at the impound lot should have had a 2008A or something like that, or whatever.
What do you need, Kenneth? What are you actually looking for? And by the way, for those listening, we do have the answer about that plumber rule, the master plumber license. Then I'm gonna let you know before the end of the show. Kenneth, what do you need?
What do I need?
Yeah, what do you need? How can we help you?
I want to know who's the previous owner of the car. I want the car regardless if whatever's wrong with it, but I want to know who owns the car before the impound lot got a hold to it.
Okay, why do you need to know that?
So I can retrieve the title if they got it, or the keys. I would like to have the keys to it.
Okay, you have the VIN number, right?
Yes.
Is there an old license on it?
No plate or nothing on it.
You can run a VIN number if you know how to do it online. You may have to pay for it, but yes, you can run a VIN number.
It's not going to say who the owner is.
No, well, I think they can.
No, we've already had this conversation.
No, and we did it.
No, we had a cop do it for us.
What I'm saying is you can get someone to help you is what I'm saying.
You need a cop.
Or a private detective or someone.
Who's got a connection.
Now, by the way, you cannot hang a license with a company unless you are employed full-time. Now, of course, you might be able to pay $1 or $2, who knows, and only one at a time, and that's according to Title 12, Article 58 of the Colorado Revised Statutes. Save all your problems for me.
If you want luxury granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, you need to...
Bye.
That's what they do. They just do a cheap... So I thought it was license you got to run through the cop. The bin is going to be different, though, huh? No?
No, you can't. But then you could get anybody's information simply by walking up to their car at Walmart and know where they live.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Nice to see you.
I know.
We can walk you down.
There's no way you could do that. I mean, I don't
No,
know.
it makes it.
It's very hard, in fact.
Because you can see the bin through the windshield.
If you know someone that works at DMV, or if you know a cop, you can get it done. And that's how